Good morning.
Good evening.
Good afternoon.
It's good morning somewhere.
Welcome back to the Fools Podcast, episode 12.
12?
Damn, 12?
We got on 12, bro.
Hey, this Tuesday came by quick as fuck. Like almost a day early.
Almost a day early.
Now I know what Gallo's talking about.
Some people
It's already almost Tuesday.
It's already almost Tuesday. Expect these shirts.
Yeah, that's why I've been saying it a lot.
Yeah?
Oh,
Let's expect these shirts.
Oh,
It's already almost Tuesday.
Let's do expect those shirts and then...
Yeah, expect those shirts and then... They never come.
Yeah, that's it. That's the only merch we have.
Yeah, that's the only merch.
Expect our shirts.
Deadass though, we are thinking of some merch, and there's like this logo I made is just the Tool logo made into the full logo, and I think it's pretty dope. I think
we should do shit like that.
I think we should do shit,
Yeah,
but I want to do like
shit.
I don't know. I kind of want to call it like the collage homage. Like
Collage homage.
Oh, like have different logos into one.
Well, not into one. But like just like a bunch of like different ones that they could get.
Oh, okay, I get you. That'd be cool.
Yeah, probably just like because we could just upload it on Society 6 and shit. You know?
Society 6, what's that?
Well, I don't want to plug anything. It could be like Threadster, Society 6.
Threadster, what's that?
You upload images and then they sell the artworks on the shirts.
What's the other one? The
That's
T-Public?
cool.
Or?
Yeah, T-Public too, I think.
Yeah.
T-Public?
Mm-hmm. They show like prints.
I know
they sell.
YouTubers use that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They use a variety of them.
So yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know which one's a good one.
There's
I don't
another
even know
one.
how to look it up, really.
There's another one that this other podcast I listen to uses, and he says that they're pretty good with customer service and all that stuff too. Like when he had a problem with their shit, like they got it rid of it like right away.
Okay. So yeah, that's research on our end. Mm-hmm. How are you guys today?
Feeling good.
I'm feeling good. It's like I finally have a rest day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Rejuvenated.
This is my rejuvenation day.
You rejuvenated once, and now you're rejuvenated again?
Rejuvenated.
Why you never just get rejuvenated?
No one gets whelmed.
No one gets whelmed, dog.
It's always overwhelmed or underwhelmed.
No one's just
whelmed. No one just is.
You still got more of that razzmatazz?
Oh yeah.
I need to swish around my mouth a little bit.
Too many people are overbearing these days. It's like, why can't you just be bearing?
I got bearings on my scooter.
Ah.
They bear me.
Scoots.
So we wanted to start today with we plugged like the last 2 episodes. We plugged the podcast. It's We Get It, You're Depressed, one of our friends, and it's a pretty good podcast to listen to with friends because it's kind of got our mind rolling.
Yeah, it's kind of like a group thing.
Yeah, because they're like a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So like. It's practically like you're in a kickback setting, and there's like a bunch of people are talking, and you're able to just kind of come in.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Yeah, that's
especially
how it
when we listen to it right now. When I listened to it alone, I was criticizing, but with you guys, it was like we're all hanging out.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. So, you guys wanted to mention something about it?
Oh yeah, they were talking about like men fighting and stuff, like how.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah, like how.
And I totally agree with that. That's
go on.
That's tight, yeah. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Because I remember when I fought one of our friends, and it was like during his birthday party, and there was like a bunch of people there, like his family and all that stuff. It was cool because I was getting booed, and I didn't mind because everyone was against me. Well, at the time, I didn't know you were on my side. I didn't know you were rooting for me, you know? Because we were all friends. But because I just know, I knew not only was I the underdog, but this is all his family too, so most of his family and friends, so of course they're gonna boo me. But since I'm into wrestling and all that shit, I was like, it's fine, I'm the heel, I'm the bad guy, let's go. And like it was fun as fuck, dude. And I remember one of the guys, he didn't even know him, I guess it was like his cousin's boyfriend or some shit. He was like, that's the homie, what are you doing? Like, bro, like after the whole thing was over, he was like, damn, you guys are crazy, you guys are friends, you get down? I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, you know?
Yeah.
Just like, it's healthy. It's honestly healthy. And
gets that aggression out, especially like it's in a setting where it's like just friends, so
yeah.
you know, like you can hurt them, but not too much.
Yeah.
It gets that aggression out.
Yeah, because the year prior, it was my birthday, and I fought like everybody. I fought like 5 people that night.
Yeah, I was one of them.
Yeah. And yeah, it was really fun. I mean, I woke up the next day with like a black eye, a red eye, everything on my body was bruised pretty
Was
much.
this your birthday?
Yeah, for my birthday, yeah.
Remember that time I slammed him against the wall?
Yeah. I didn't even feel that shit. All I felt was my ass, like my fucking ass being obliterated. My tailbone, my bad.
I wanted to fight someone that night, and then I didn't get to fight him. But
I fought you.
No, I wanted to fight someone else though.
Oh.
And then
yeah, that would have been
cool. When it came to
cool.
you, I was like, I don't know. I've never, I already said on the podcast, I've never been in a fighting setting, so I view it differently. Like, you guys see it that way, but then like there's also the way of like, I don't know if you remember, but we were at a friend's house close to Angels. It was, I'm just gonna say the names and I don't bleep them out. but
when you bleep them out, can you put bleep? Because that was cool. I thought you edited that in, but you didn't.
All right, so we were at, and then it's like really,
Is it the time when you fought Destin?
Me, no.
Oh.
I know what you're talking about though, but no, not that either. I did the same thing with your fight that I did in that fight, where I just kind of like,
you tried one big move and then
I was like, yeah, I'm alright. Coming. Yeah, I was like, I'm good now. But like, I didn't try a big move with you.
Yeah, you said that I was coming at you and then you counter hit me and you're like, you put everything you had into that punch and then you saw that I was unfazed and you're like, oh shit, okay.
You saw Ivan's grin.
I remember while you're pummeling me, I got like 3 like kidney punches in. And I was like, well, that's it.
Yeah, that's what you said, yeah.
But then it'll hurt him down the road.
Yeah. Man, these will get you later.
Yeah.
While taking a piss.
Gallo.
Gallo's in his house. Got him.
You got him. I just like he just gets a text. How's it feel? No, but like at his house, really, I forgot what he did.
At his house? Or?
No, but did something, and then like really like hurt by it, like he was mad at him, like mad, and basically the whole time was saying, "Oh, then hit me." Like let's fight then, blah blah blah. Like, come on, let's just fight then. And like I didn't want to do it. I understood it from his point of view. Like, I don't want to fight. I'm like, you pissed me off, and I want you to get out of my house. Like, there's no fight that should be involved here.
Yeah, it's like,
all you gotta do is leave.
Just don't talk to me for 5 minutes.
Yeah, all you literally got to do is leave.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But he kept pushing it. He was like, let's fight.
Yeah.
It's like now you're just getting me more mad. I want to do something I don't want to do now. You already did something I didn't want to happen, and now you're trying to do something again.
I remember him and Tim would always go at it and be mad at each other.
It was that alpha male mentality that they had. Yeah. They were always like trying to be the leaders.
Yeah, me and him would fight each other all the time. That shit was fun. But he would fight pretty dirty though. Like he would step on my shoe. He would step on my shoe and dirty box me and shit. I'm like, bruh.
He like pin you down.
Fighting at Hud's house?
Yeah.
Man, that was the dirtiest fights I've ever been in.
Yeah, it is the dirtiest fights.
Yeah, you sat on me.
I got headbutted. Like, I got headbutted.
Yeah, he headbutted me too.
Yeah. Hey, speaking about headbutts, remember when we were upstairs? No fight involved. We were just chilling. And then Hades came home.
Oh,
and he went to jump at you on the bed. And then on the concrete wall,
he cracked it?
Yeah, he cracked his head over.
He's like, Angel!
Oh, yeah, boom, bonk. And then he like stayed there for like a good 10 minutes, just like,
that was a big body coming out that wall.
Big body.
Yeah. That was all way on that wall.
Didn't he like break a whoopee cushion or some shit? He did, huh?
The man that broke the whoopee cushion. Who breaks a whoopee cushion, man?
I think I did at a Walgreens, but I was squeezing it though.
Oh.
And then like it just went, and I was like, yeah, I gotta go. But then but yeah, so I can see it from both points of views. I can see it from like you guys just being like, we could just roughhouse, you know, like we could basically spar.
Yeah.
And there's no malice behind it. But then I can also see it from like another point of view where it's like I don't even want to be hit. Like
Yeah, I don't know. It's just different for me because I grew up fighting my friends since I was like in 3rd grade, I think, maybe 2nd. I had 2 friends. They're still really close friends that I have, and like the 3 of us were like best friends and shit. And we would beat each other up at recess. It was fun. And then from there on out, like other friend groups, I would like fight with them, and it was fun. That's pretty much it. Even in the mangoes, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I grew up getting my ass beat.
Yeah, remember how
I can take punches. So that's why I'm not scared of fights.
I remember 3 of us, we used to all gang up on Mogar.
Oh yeah, he still beat us?
Yeah, and he'd still beat us. Like,
I remember he would toss one of us.
Yeah, he would toss 2 of you guys around. No, he would toss all 3 of us over, like, everywhere, right? But I was the other 2 people would always give up, and I was always the one that kept going. I kept trying to, fucking, fight. And yeah, that shit was tight. But yeah, so, like, they were saying in their podcast, We Get It, You're Depressed. Mm-hmm. They were saying how, like, it's therapeutic and shit. I'm like, yeah, I totally fucking agree with that, you know? Mm-hmm. And it's crazy because, to me, I feel like you really have to have respect. And when people spar and shit, like in martial arts and all that stuff, they have respect for each other, you know? Mm-hmm. They're not doing it because, they're fucking crazy or some shit like that. Like, it's discipline. You have to learn how to discipline yourself. So, like, you can bleep his name out, but I used to fight with that one guy.
Yeah, fuck that fool.
For the mangoes.
Oh yeah.
Oh. We were like even, dude. It was fun, and like we were friends. And I remember at one point I think I said something to him, and he got mad at me or whatever. But like I feel like we always had that respect for each other. So even when we were like fighting and shit, we were always cool at the end. We're like, damn, bro, you got me good with this shot. Yo, I got you good with that. Blah blah blah. And yeah, it was fun.
And it's crazy because I fought too, but he'd always beat me, like clean, like not even like no contest, you know. But it's crazy because even though he would beat me all those times, I feel like he respected me because I kept challenging him.
He actually did it.
Yeah, I kept challenging him all those, like I kept accepting the challenge, you know. Mm-hmm. And like even in class one time, he was like, Angel, let's go parties right now because the teacher left class. Yeah. And I was like, right now? He was like, yeah. I was like, fuck it. So we went for like 10 seconds. He got me right in the airways, and I tapped out. But he was like, all right, that was good. But yeah, it was crazy.
Nah, like I'm not gonna say no names for this one for sure, but like there's this friend group, right? And they be having mad problems with each other. They're all girls, pretty much, and. It's like they be cutthroat, dog, and like they will stop talking to each other, and like but since they're still a friend group, they still hang out and shit, and they still want to talk to each other. And I'm just like, damn, but it's because like it's like they don't have that release, you know? They can't just get down with each other.
And also because Jordan Peterson, Kevin Samuels, and some other people talk about this too. When men talk to each other, it's another form of respect to where if you say the wrong thing to me, that's like completely the wrong thing, then it's a fight. You know, we have that built-in like, I guess, fear or like
aggression.
Yeah, well, not aggression, but like built-in like how you say it, sixth sense, you know? Yeah. Well, you just feel the tension. You can be like, all right, I kind of got to be easy, you know, around here, so we don't get in a fight. But
like my spidey sense is tingling.
Yeah, but on the other hand, females just be saying anything. Like they'll say anything to you, anything hurtful to you, because they know there's really no repercussions unless there's a man who's willing to hear a woman. You know.
That's exactly what Cody said.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Cody episode.
Yeah, I think it's because he was referencing the same sources too.
But also because he knows. You know?
Yeah, because he's also been. He was telling his experiences and his relationships and stuff.
Mm-hmm. And his dogs are getting at it.
Oh man, speaking of relationships.
I thought you meant they were fighting.
They were gonna. They just sniffing hard.
You see, is that
we're recording at a park again, by the way, guys.
The sniffing for that.
When did we ever do that before?
Me and Angel, when I told you.
Oh, what park?
It was a soccer one.
It was a soccer one.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Yeah, that one's cool. One time, there's someone on like around Sierra Lakes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you took me there one time and it was fun.
It was fun.
We went at nighttime. Yeah, and I was just like running you down on like what was going on in my life at the time. Mm-hmm. Shit was tight.
We were running too, I think, at that same park.
Yeah, I think we did like a little jog. It was fun.
It was cool about parks. I don't know.
You know what else is cool about that park? I went there after a long day at the warehouse shop. I went over there, and this is when Pokemon Go was still a thing. And there was a Magnemite, the evolved form.
They're about to say something else.
And I was like, I need to catch that. So I went at the park, and I was the only person at the park with like my light on and everything. Just like, haha, I caught him. And then like on my drive back, I was kind of like more paying attention to the don't do this, guys. But I was paying attention to the phone a little bit more than the road.
Oh my god!
and I hit the curb a little bit. And I was like, and I put the phone down. I was like, I'll catch the Pokemon when I get home.
You're crazy, man.
There's Pokemon at home.
Yeah, there's Pokemon at home.
Pokemon at home.
It was like, it wasn't like a doom. It was like a dunk, like like the tire scraped it basically, and I was like, all right.
Damn, that was 2016.
That was 2016, yeah.
I remember when that shit came out.
17. No, I was 16.
I downloaded that shit on my phone, and you know, I always went for jogs. So I was like, I'm gonna go take a jog and see what I could do with this game, you know. So I start walking down my neighborhood. I'm on my phone, and then like these 3 kids see me, and they're like, "Hey, are you playing Pokemon Go?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "Cool."
Can we use your phone?
And then so I ran around and went, you know, the Pokestops, wherever you call them.
Yeah.
They're usually around churches,
awesome.
and there was like shit ton of churches in the neighborhood. So I just ran to like the different churches and stuff, and this Chinese food place. Someone made a spot out of the fucking the little Chinese dragon dog thing.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Man, bro.
That's probably the most.
I was always
That was the most people watch. That's
Yeah.
most people talk to each other, like to strangers.
I also got stalked. I was also being stalked by some creepy dude around that time, so I had to be careful.
Oh, you know what? People were getting robbed and getting kidnapped because they're doing that live stream Pokemon Go.
Oh, for real?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
heard about that stuff.
Scary
There's
stuff.
always two
At
sides to
night, too?
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
people
that-
were falling off of cliffs and shit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Damn.
In fact, there's more than 2 sides. there's multiple
frames,
sides. Yeah,
yeah.
there's multiple sides to everything. You guys gotta look at life at different perspectives.
Multiple frames.
Because if you looked at Pokemon Go and this thing and it's all fun and games,
Yes.
you gotta be careful. Like no matter what you're doing, you gotta be
People are
careful when you
corrupt.
go out there. But I guess that's in the past now. Have you guys been playing? People apparently
Nah.
it's been super easy to
I
fucking
didn't even
get.
play back then.
I played for a little bit back then, but I was just like, it's not for me.
I'd be trying
It's
to
for-
go at the mall.
I don't hate on it.
Walking around.
When it was around the time with Cyndaquil and everybody, I was like, oh, I could finally get into it. And I don't know, I couldn't find myself getting back into it, especially with my shitty ass phones.
It's all lagging and shit.
Yeah, I
People
can't even do
caught it.
anything.
Oh yeah, I think that's another reason I stopped playing, because my phone couldn't handle it no more.
Oh, all the storage.
Yeah, like, literally just can't handle it.
But also, it wasn't really my thing, and I'm not hating on it. You know, I'm glad it was other people's thing. Like it's other people's
Well, then
introduction.
they
to
updated
Pokemon.
it and shit. They added stuff that didn't need to be added, and then they just changed it up, and it's like, guys, come on.
You missed the appeal of the original app, the original game.
Yeah, for real. Like, not even as a joke though. Like if they added, like, I don't know. I don't want to get into that too much. But
Yeah, you know what I hate? I hate when people talk shit about the prequels, and I hate watching people's videos of how they would quote unquote make the prequels better. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dog. I don't care about your fucking fan fiction.
It's like the director couldn't do it.
you know what though? Like, if you're gonna make a video like that, just rewrite Star Wars in general. Then
Yeah.
start it. If you're gonna rewrite the prequels, then rewrite Star Wars, because
Yeah.
prequel, that's what it is.
Yeah.
You're rewriting Star Wars from the beginning. But
I digress.
I digress. So I have 2 things to talk about at work again, because apparently this shit just keeps happening. So
That's how customer service is, man.
that's how customer service is. So there's this guy that comes in, asks for help for a fire pit. I show him and everything. That's my section. So I'm like, all right, cool. I at least have some knowledge about this stuff. So I go over, show him the stuff, and then he's looking at his phone and he's like giggling and stuff, and he's just like looks at me, and I'm like like I don't know.
You to ask, like, what are you laughing about?
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna ask about anything. I was just gonna I was looking for the next question about fire pits.
He was
My
waiting for you
my entire being right now, as of this moment, is
Work?
as a customer service person, trying to give the customer service about a fire pit. And then fucking he just looks at me. He's like, "Hey, my girlfriend just sent me this. Not the one that's with me, here with me right now, but another one."
Honestly, no respect, bro.
No respect. And then he's just like, look, and then he shows me, and it's like a picture of a fucking dildo, and it's like a vibrator, because it wasn't in the shape of a penis. It was just a vibrator ones, the one with the, yeah, pink and everything, blah blah. And, and I'm like, that's cool. So this one's $375.
One way in shame.
Nah, motherfucker was too proud, bro. He was one of those, he's like those asshole types.
Oh, like, I got 2 pussies.
Yeah. No, he probably had more. I don't know. This boy probably in his midlife crisis right now. He's probably like 45 at that time. So yeah,
He's just finding
it's
sugar
just
babies.
it just brings me back to what I talked about with Angel on the
podcast, the other
yeah,
episode.
Yeah, the episode without you, Ivan. I said like,
You guys had an episode without me?
Oh, I didn't want you to find out this way.
It was when we were at the park.
It's when we were at the park.
What park? You guys went to a park before this?
Yeah,
The soccer park.
Motherfucker. What's so fucking funny?
You.
Okay.
You're fucking funny, bro. And we missed you.
Funny guy, man.
We missed you. But on that one, we talked about how guys they talk to each other in this way of like
Camaraderie?
yeah, but like over like
In a weird way.
over like shit like that, like sexual shit.
Yeah.
Like tell them what happened to you at that hot topic.
Oh, because he wasn't there, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so greeting and customers are walking in, and a group of people walk in. This guy walks in. He's talking to me, and he's like, "Hey, bro, did you see that?" I'm like, "See what?" And he points, and I look, and it's a fine female. And I'm like, "Yeah, bro." You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Like what else do you want me to say?
yeah. I'm like, it's like, okay, I probably have observed it, right? But
Yeah.
like, why would you tell me and make it like a deal, you know?
Yeah.
Like that.
Especially to a stranger, you know?
Yeah.
To a strange male, you know, it's like, it's weird. And then
It's just weird.
I had
It's
that one
awkward.
dad try to, I told you guys about it off the podcast, but that one dad tried to marry me off to
Oh, yeah.
his daughter, because his daughter didn't find a boyfriend. And she's like, stop! He was listing off all her good categories.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was talking to you for like 2 minutes. I'm like, nah, I'm cool, dude. But, you know, t-shirts will buy 2, get 1 free.
Damn, you gotta stay on it.
yeah,
Oh,
dog, I'm trying to get
God.
that sale.
Yeah.
Shit.
But yeah, so I digress about that as well. I'm just saying some shit, like some weird shit happens between like strangers.
Yeah.
So how'd
So-
you make this old lady cry?
Oh,
Man, making old ladies cry?
yeah, I made an old lady cry at work. So essentially, she came in, she asked for this product. I told her, all right, cool. All you gotta do is take the item number up there, pay for it, and then we'll load it into your car. And like simple as that. I've done this like already a few times, more than a few times. I've done this like over a handful of times. And she comes back upset and everything, blah blah. Apparently the cashier told her that she had to take said thing to the cashier. It was a heavy object. It was heavy. That's why I told her not to do it. That's why I tell everybody not to do it. They're heavy. So I comes back and she's crying about it because apparently that happened and something else happened. But it's like, oh, I wanted this one, blah blah blah. And I'm just like the whole time like, bro, you tell me that like this is what I was supposed to do to my supervisor. I'm like, you tell me this is what I'm supposed to do, like blah blah blah. And he's like, yeah. I'm like, what? Like, so the worst part about it is that she's crying about this thing. She wants. The other guy says, oh, we have this one too right here. I'm like, why are you like, what are you doing? Like, why are you upselling? And she's like, yeah, but that's like 30 more bucks or whatever. And he's like, oh, I could give it to you for the same price as that other one.
You see, that's when you don't try to sell to people, or is when they're crying.
Yeah, because now they're trying to fucking like make you feel
Yeah.
like you need to give them a discount.
Yeah.
Like, it's like when a kid cry, like I have 2 kids, they cry all the time for toys and stuff, and it's like I'm not gonna give you the toys because you're crying. Like, why would I reward that behavior?
Uh-huh.
But it's the same thing for this old lady. Why are we rewarding this crying old lady just because she wanted to buy an item and some shit happened? Like, I don't know why. I didn't get that other part of the story. I don't know why she said that when the cashier came back. I didn't talk to the cashier or anything. But I should have went to the cashier and been
Yeah.
like, what the hell happened? Why?
I wouldn't even talk to that supervisor for anything, actually. I just want the stuff by myself, my
Yeah.
damn self. I'm like, I got you, ladies.
Yeah.
Let me
So
help you. Let
and
me help
then
you to your car.
when I loaded up the item to the car, the husband was there. And I was like, your wife got a pretty good deal on this, and he was like, oh, is that what she was doing? And I was like. So I just loaded it up and I went back in, and I was like, I better not get any shit for this because I'm upset already. But
Tears of gold, man.
whatever, man. Whatever.
Tears of
Good
gold.
for them. It's not my business.
But you think she was really crying though, or you think she was just crying?
Nah,
to
I think
play
it was fake. I think it was all fake.
Crocodile tears.
Crocodile tears as fuck, bro. She was already soft spoken, so like the fact that all she had to do was kind of like turn it a little bit.
Yeah, just turn on the water.
Yeah, just turn on the water. But that's just me. I guess I'm more of a pessimist with that type of situation.
Jordan sent me this meme a couple weeks ago, right? Like in the beginning of the month.
Yeah.
And it was like a guy saying, "I like your gay pride shirt," and it's a shirt and it has miscellaneous source on it. I don't get it, but he thinks it's funny as fuck, and it makes me laugh too. 'Cause, I run dinosaurs.
I think he's calling dinosaurs gay, dog.
Why?
Because they're extinct, bro.
Oh, no.
They're extinct because all they did was butt sex. They didn't have any real sex, so they couldn't procreate.
I don't think that's it.
Something. It has to be something about
No, that's why they
miscellaneous
couldn't
source.
have eggs, because they didn't fuck the females. They only fucked the guys.
Miscellaneous source is an amalgamation of different dinosaurs, right? Different dinosaur bones and shit. That's why it's called miscellaneous. Like, and then saurus, miscellaneous saurus. So it's like, as he's saying, it's because it's
Miscellaneous sore ass.
Nah.
Alright.
I'm just thinking that you could make it gay because it's like a bunch of different dinosaurs together. I don't know. It's weird.
I think he's just calling it dick gay.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, maybe that.
The most simple option about it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why you did a deep dive about a meme right now.
Because I didn't
I
get
think he's
it.
just talking shit, dog.
Yeah, he was just talking shit about your dick.
Damn.
He's
It's
just talking shit.
because dinos are like number one right now. It's cool,
Probably. People always like to talk shit about the people on top.
though. Yeah.
Because that's all they see is their shit.
Especially people in Yu-Gi-Oh games, man.
Yeah, I'm mad, bro. I'm tired of losing.
How much you spend?
I spent like $300 on each deck and shit.
Oh, you're losing
On the
pretty.
good ones.
You
Losing pretty, bro.
Did you really though?
Yeah, on my heroes, I spent about more than 300, and dinosaurs, yeah, it's running.
Good thing I only spent the 300 on mine, and then I just kind of stopped. Unless I would have kept going. I would have looked at that lightning.
There's
vortex.
other cards though that are like fucking expensive as shit.
Yeah, bro. That's why I'm like, nah, maybe it's not for
Yeah,
me.
bro. I'm looking at that lightning vortex. Like,
$100.
lightning storm.
Shit, fucking, it sucks, game. Not lightning vortex.
Yeah, lightning
storm.
vortex. Yeah, I got it wrong. That's why I fixed it right.
I was like,
Lightning
I was
storm.
like computing in my head. I was like, that shit came back. What the fuck?
Lightning vortex.
literally-
What? Discard one card.
I get lightning vortex so much. I mean, I get lightning storm so much. You got me doing that shit.
Yeah, see?
I get lightning storm so much that I literally set up my board with expecting that shit. And even when I expect that shit, boom, there's a Regeki right afterwards. Like, fucking A, bro. But anyways, this is tripping me out. I thought it was like Handsome Squidward. I don't know what it is.
on the other side. So
What is
when I write down,
Martian Manhunter.
so sometimes I write down the topics that we'll talk about
That's
in a little. Yeah, like he's actually my favorite. Like of all the sketches I've done here. But so I have this little journal
card.
Yeah, oh yeah, I was gonna try it. I was like, that was the first thing I drew on there. So on this little journal, I like to write down the topics that we're gonna talk about today, and then on the other side, I'll write about the topics that we did talk about. Sometimes we don't touch them all, and then
I'll touch you all.
while I'm listening to the podcast,
Pause.
this for journal. No, it's Gay Pride Month.
Oh.
Play. But while the journal's open, I have free time and a pen in my hand, so I start doing little doodles.
That's tight, bro.
And then so this little doodle right here is I won't mention. I mean, yeah, so like on this page, I drew like what I think our logo should be. Some sunflower people, the sunflower person pointing. I wanted to get some perspective. That's why he's my favorite, because I got that perspective of him doing like that.
That shit's cool.
Yeah, I kind of want to show you guys this one too. So I found
that one.
So I found this notebook in my car. It was an old coworker. She just kind of like didn't use it, I guess, anymore. I asked her if she wanted it back. She didn't say anything.
Like a fucking Captain America Bucky type situation.
Kinda, but I don't go through her parts. But I did go through the parts because she let me doodle in them while we're on like breaks and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I doodled one of our coworkers because I don't know. I guess I'm just a negative person. I did that, but it's still funny to fucking look at. So, so this is the turtle shell, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's moving around. It's like if you went and you use this as a reference to find him,
That guy looks
you would have
down
found him.
bad.
Like if you use this as a reference to find him, you would have found him.
Let me take this off your
Yeah, I'm
hands.
like, you could use this if you
Yeah,
want.
I'll
I'll
use
rip
it.
out the other pages.
No, keep them all in there. And then next time,
Okay.
I'll give it to someone and then they'll
No.
Why? Not.
Because I think she does have like some things that are just kind of for her in here. Or maybe I already ripped them out.
She don't care. I watched Blood In, Blood Out the other day for the first time. This little angel looks like 5 of the characters in that bitch.
I'm the homie.
Vatos locos for life, dog. Dude, people used to say that shit when I was a kid all the time. I never knew what they were talking about. Now I do. Now I know why Albert always says that shit around you too.
I really like this one too. It's like a cloud with eyes in it.
It reminds me of
like
that Yu-Gi-Oh card,
Like,
Lightning Golem, the orange or Brain Golem, the orange Brain Golem thing.
I was thinking more cloudy.
A bit.
And then there's like guts going around the lightning.
Whoa.
I thought that was cool. Also, it's the ghost car. Also, it's ghost car.
I didn't notice until you pointed that shit out. Hello, governor. That's what made me laugh about the whole situation, because I forgot to say it on the last.
No.
I did listen to the episode 10, right? And I did fucking say that shit, right? Or episode 9, my bad. But like, both times I forgot to mention how funny it was that it's literally Rigby from Regular Show with the fucking car. Hello, governor.
You did say that though.
Oh, I
the
did?
other one. You said hello, governor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm lost, bro.
Yeah.
I'm a lost boy.
That's why I said lost. Down fool's down a fool. And then the next one was lost fool.
Still lost, I guess.
Still lost.
Yeah, it's cool. I like Jaden Smith.
Like, what happened?
He has a song called Lost Boys, from my favorite songs.
Oh,
from him.
Lost Boys.
Yeah.
We should watch Lost Boys. I haven't seen that
Vampire
movie.
Kids?
Yeah, this vampire one.
I never seen that shit either.
Yeah.
But
I
like
remember
Stand By Me
seeing
a lot.
it, but I don't remember seeing it.
There's a lot of movies I want to watch with you guys, but it's like we don't have time. Unless you want to come to my house after this podcast and watch a movie with me. Watch waiting.
Yeah, we could try.
UFC just happened again. Diaz fought Leon Edwards, right? So check this out. Leon Edwards is on an 8-fight win streak, and then he just has down bad luck, like really bad, right? Like he can't get a fucking fight. Then he fights this guy named Bilal Muhammad, who looks like Bert. Looks like Bert from Bert and Ernie. Hey Bert. Yeah, he looks just like him. He's cool though. He's a really funny guy, you know? Kind of like why I know him. Like the typical fan probably won't know who he is, but I know him because he'll be doing some funny shit sometimes, and like I was super invested into a lot of like different fighters and shit, and he gets his big chance to break into the top 10 by fighting Leon Edwards. Like Edwards kept poking him in the fucking eye, and it got to the point where he actually slashed him pretty hard, and they had to stop the fight. And I felt so bad, man. And then like people were saying, oh well, Leon Edwards was kicking his ass the whole time, and it's like it's only been one round. Like who knows what could happen later on, right?
Yeah.
So get this, like I swear to God, like I've talked about it before, weird shit just fucking happens. Like the hands of fate are just fucking crazy.
Yeah.
It's like Inglourious Bastards when Hans Landa has Aldo Ran and his little guy. He's a little guy.
I'm the little guy.
Yeah, you'd be surprised to see how tall you really are.
But you guys kept saying that shit back then. I'm the little guy. You Juan.
Yeah.
Juan.
And pretty much
the way Juan would say it, though, like it was
So soft spoken?
Yeah, it always hit.
a little guy.
But, little guy.
Yeah, so like when Hans is telling him like I don't want to spoil Inglourious Bastards, but
Yeah, please don't.
Lando Rand, he fucking says he's like, I come from the moonshine business, and typically when there's a deal that's too good to be true, it usually ain't, right? Like, or he basically says like if it's too good to be true, then it's not true.
Yeah.
And then Hans Landa's all like, well, every now and then the hands of fate reaches out and reaches his hand out, and there it is, and it's like true, and it's that shit happens. Yeah, it's cool, and that's kind of basically true. But yeah, so just like in a funny twist of fate, in this card, not only is because Leon Edwards was supposed to fight Nate Diaz after that, right? And I guess he got the dub, or I don't know what happened, but Leon Edwards fights Nate Diaz. Yeah, because I think Leon Edwards might have won by doctor stoppage with that eye poke, right? And Colby Covington is one of my favorite fighters, and he fucking funny nicknames to all like all these other fighters out there. But
All these other fighters.
And he calls Leon Edwards Edward Scissorhands. That shit was funny as fuck. But
That's really good.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
So Leon Edwards is scheduled to fight Nate Diaz now, but then I think one of them got COVID or something happened, so that they had to reschedule the fight till this past weekend that just happened. And so funny enough, Bilal Muhammad is also on this fucking fight card, and he fights Damian Maia, a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, really good. I've talked about him before. He's the guy who submitted Ben Askren, and it's like crazy. And Bilal Muhammad won, so I was pretty happy about that. I was like, sick. Like they put him on the same card as fucking Leon Edwards. Like honestly, no respect, bro. But yeah, it was cool. He won. He got the dub. And then Leon Edwards fought Nate Diaz. You know, a lot of people are hyped about that. And like, I guess I didn't actually watch the fights, but I heard Leon Edwards pretty much won every round.
That's surprising.
Except for the last minute Nate Diaz hit him with a Stockton slap and then a straight left, and he almost Rocky got rocked. That's his nickname, Rocky. And instead of going up and finishing the fight, he points at him.
I was so mad because he could have had it right there.
He could have had it, yeah. But you know, people have their point of views. Everyone's just like, damn, Nate Diaz almost won that shit. No one's talking about Leon Edwards, and the other MMA purists are like, Nate Diaz sucks, man. Like, he was losing the whole fucking fight. But it's like, I mean, if he didn't taunt, they're like, he spammed taunt button after that. But if he didn't taunt, he could have had that shit, you know?
He was spamming taunt button throughout the whole match.
Yeah. I mean, that's what the Stockton slap is basically a taunt that hurts you.
It's the
it's like Deadpool's
come on.
Oh yeah, Ken?
Yeah.
What's it called? Sean.
Oh yeah, the basketball?
The basketball.
And Dudley's Rose. Yeah, it's basically what Stockton slap is.
Luigi's little down taunt.
Oh yeah, but that shit kills.
Yeah.
I mean, this Stockton slap pretty much led to almost,
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, and then, but the cool thing about that fight was that even though it was supposed to be the main event, I think on another card, but no title up for grabs, right? When there's a title fight, it's 5 minute 5 rounds, right? It wasn't a title fight, and it was still 5 minute 5 rounds on the main card. That shit's fucking tight.
That was the only one that wasn't a title fight, you said.
Yeah, it was really beneficial for Nate Diaz, you know? But there's like all these funny memes, like Nate Diaz needs 25 rounds to win the fight, or like some shit like that, you know.
It's charging up.
Yeah. And then so then Angel knew how much this fight meant to me. Like Brandon Moreno beat Davison Figueiredo.
I was watching it in real life action. I almost cried.
He became the first Mexico-born UFC champion. And it's great. It's great. Oh, he was born in Mexico. He trains in Mexico, but he also trains here in America. But yeah, he's from Mexico.
Like, what does that mean for the future?
UFC is already really popular in Mexico. It's gonna get blown up even more in there because of him. And
Israel, respect, bro, you know?
Yeah, Israel Adesanya told him like, "Oh, you're not just gonna blow up in Mexico. You know, you're gonna blow up around the world, dude." And like, it's cool. He's a nerd. He loves Legos and pop figures and shit like that. He's tight. Hopefully, he gets his own pop figure.
Imagine UFC
himself.
fucking UFC Lego deal.
Mm-hmm. Dude, that'd be hard too. Yeah.
They make him into Bionicles.
Oh, nah.
They gotta give him some type of articulation though.
Yeah.
You can't just have a Lego.
I don't want to dive too deep into it, but yeah. Cause I'll get nitpicky about that shit.
But I don't want to go behind the science.
But yeah, that was really fucking cool, man. Just like it's crazy because there was no Mexican champion ever since Henry Cejudo retired. He had the 125 strap and the 135 strap.
How long ago was that? That
was like, I want to say last year. Okay. Last year, yeah. But like, people be talking mad shit about Mexicans and stuff, and how like, because it's known in the fighting community that Mexicans have a lot of heart, and there's like even a style called Mexican style, where like you brawl and you don't give up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it gets to the point where like, we
shonen protagonist.
Yeah, it's like we brawl and we don't give up and shit, but then we we come short when it comes time for like the technicalities and shit. And it's so frustrating seeing like good fighters lose and shit. I don't want to get too much into it, but yeah, I read the comments, I read all the shit talk, like people talking shit about the Mexican race and stuff, and it just feels good to finally have another Mexican champion, you know? And it's fucking cool. Like, Brandon Moreno's tight. And also, Davison Figueiredo, he won the belt by beating a guy named Joseph Benavidez, and he's Mexican too, but yeah, he beat him twice. And the second time he beat him was brutal. He choked the shit out of him with a rear naked choke. His fucking eyes went cross-eyed, dude. It was bad. But check it out. And Moreno fought Davison Figueiredo twice already. The first one went to draw. It was actually a draw, so Figueiredo kept the belt. Now this second fight, Brandon Moreno choked him out with the rear naked choke. Another twist of fate, dog. And so yeah, but that's that fucking scene of him, Brandon Moreno, getting up from the choke and just like walking around with his hands on his hips, like looking up, and like it hasn't hit him yet that he won. Damn, that shit, like, I watched it. I could watch that shit for hours.
It's giving me chills right now.
It's amazing.
I have no idea what you guys are talking.
Yeah, I'll show you later. Yeah. And then Israel Adesanya beat Marvin Vettori. That was the second time they fought.
It went to decision out.
I think it did. Yeah. I can't talk too much about it because I don't know all the details on that one.
Yeah.
But I know I saw it when when they fought the first time. That was back in like 2017, I think, or 18. It was a good fight. Yeah. Marvin Vettori's a wrestler, so he was trying to take him down. He actually did take him down like twice or thrice.
Freaking I actually did watch the fight. I remember from the fight, the Adesanya fight, that this one was kicking his leg.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
So much like he didn't check no kicks.
They were telling, someone said Marvin Vettori didn't learn anything from the Paulo Costa fight against Adesanya, because that's what happened to Paulo Costa too. He just got his legs chopped up.
There was even one point in the fight where he knocks him down with the leg kick.
Damn, bro. Damn. Yeah. If he would have won, he would have became the first Italian C champion.
Oh yeah.
So either way,
my other heritage.
No. This is a different fight.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But yeah, so that's all. That recaps
am I
that.
mistaken, or did someone's arm get broken? Because I feel like I saw someone's arm get broken.
Damn, I don't know. Oh yeah. This dude had one fighter in an arm bar, and I guess the ref couldn't tell that the arm was broken.
Yeah, and he's trying to tap out, but it was just like flopping everywhere.
Well, he could have tapped out with his other hand, but I think what it was he was just one of those guys that didn't want to tap.
Yeah.
So he just didn't tap until the ref, either the round ended or the ref stopped it, and the ref didn't stop it.
Yeah, he didn't stop it for a while.
Yeah, so he just took a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage. He didn't flex tape up those muscles. You guys missed something that happened right behind us.
And also, there was a guy who won within the first 7 seconds. He knocked the dude out, and then as he celebrated, he blew out his shoulder.
No way.
No, he blew out his knee. Yeah.
That's even worse.
He tried to do a backflip off the cage or something, and he couldn't get all the way up. And when he came back down, he popped his knee.
Oh,
that
man.
sucks, huh? Damn,
Bro, so you gotta be humble sometimes.
Yeah,
you know?
that's that. Icarus.
I mean, imagine the rush of a
Yeah.
7-second knockout. I mean, bro.
Yeah, that is kind of a rush, you're right.
He probably didn't even feel the fucking knee pop out.
Not until
Fucking
later.
adrenaline.
Nah, if you watch the clip, you see him like stumble. He's probably like, oh.
He's like, oh, that's just gone.
That's out of there. I didn't know they locked this park out. There's a curfew at this park.
I guess so. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, it is gated, so.
Yeah, they just locked it, and then some people came by. I think it was like a father and a son with a basketball, and he tried to like unlock it, and he couldn't. And he's like,
Oh, that little entrance that we came in from?
Yeah.
Or out from? Yeah.
sorry, guys, you're locked in.
yeah, that's it.
Box closed.
After 8 o'clock, if you're in here, you're in here, and that's it.
You
Good
live
night.
here now. You
You
spend
live
the
here
night.
You spend the
Hope
night.
you packed your toothbrush.
Yeah. Like a little purge happens
Oh,
solely inside this park. Finish Korra.
Oh, yeah, so I finished the Legend of Korra, right? And Kovira was a good... Kovira, and we could talk about it freely now.
Yeah, so we got some spoilers.
Wow, 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 spoilers!
What the fuck was that? We got
Well, you're driving, and, you're listening to the podcast,
Oh, yeah.
and spoilers... Damn.
gotta stop
Yeah, I
that.
gotta bring it back. Re-listen to the first 44 minutes of the podcast. Nah, but for real though, watch it. Because even though I hate it, it's still part of that
Yeah,
universe.
I love it.
I like it because of like the message it sends, but I hate Korra because
Yeah, that's the only thing.
Korra has to be the key component of that message, of the whole
Yeah.
show.
I feel you.
But it's like,
No.
Korra
I didn't get the
sucks.
message from Korra. I didn't get no message from Korra. The only message I got was stop listening to Korra.
As we progress, we lose in touch with our inner selves. As we progress.
I guess that's what happened with Korra. She was
Yeah.
progressing, and she lost touch.
Yeah, because all she wanted to do was fight. She didn't think she needed the avatar state.
Huh.
She thought too much of herself.
And just like Republic
And throughout-
City,
Well-
they're using all their bending for remedial stuff like power for
Like
Yeah.
I understand that that was the point. Like she was too into herself, and then she needed to be brought back to reality. Oops, there goes gravity.
But she never
like-
gets brought back. She never gets brought back to reality. That's the
Yeah,
fucking
but
point.
that's the thing. But they try
No,
so
she
hard.
had to get brought back to
Yeah.
spirituality.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
They tried so hard throughout that show to try to tell you no, she's good. She's doing it for the better.
They even
But
give
then
Ing's son, and
then
she's
she
like,
doesn't.
no.
But then she doesn't. Yeah, I was high-key in season 2. I was high-key kind of mad with her when she just totally disregards Tenzin. She was like, I already learned everything I needed to learn from you. I want to go learn spirit stuff. And it's like, okay.
Tenzin is the spirit stuff shit.
Fuck, I know, right? Like, come on.
the daughter's literally just AIM 2.0.
But I guess Waterbend...
Oh yeah.
Janora?
Yeah.
I guess fucking waterbenders are the only people that can calm spirits or use spirit bending or some shit. That's crazy.
Bro, that's
which I
Ben
get.
Sis.
Which I kind of get because water's has healing elements and stuff.
And they have the
Yeah.
2 spirit portals.
Yeah.
That's Bender sis, bro.
Bro, don't bring your drivel into this conversation.
Drivel?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to plant my literal
Hey,
seeds.
what did Amon call him?
Planting my liberal seeds?
What do you call benders?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like you called him something.
It's witchcraft, boy.
But anyway.
It's just fucking, I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't
Yeah,
think he did.
Amon used to be my favorite character from there, but I'll tell you who my favorite character is now in a minute. But yeah, so cause Gallo and Angel really don't like Korra, and me, I like her.
And Samson, my brother.
Oh, he doesn't like Korra, neither?
No, like he
Huh?
the whole time.
Because the whole time he'd be like, why'd she do that? Why'd she do that?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. Like,
all the problems are caused by her.
You shouldn't really have to, because I know that there's characters that you need to hate and there's characters that you need to like, right? But like Korra, you shouldn't be hating the main character, you know?
Well,
because I did it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Like you
Bro,
hate her at first, and
people
then
hated Ahsoka, bro.
The reveal is when she should have learned her lesson, you know.
People absolutely
but
hated.
She still doesn't learn her lesson.
They hated her. They prejudged Ahsoka.
Yeah, exactly. They hated Ahsoka, but that's how he wrote her. The way that
she's a little Anakin.
Why don't I know the name?
Dave Filoni.
Yeah, the way Dave Filoni.
The Filoni is Dave Filoni.
God and Savior.
Hell yeah.
The way that he wrote her.
Cowboy hat.
Yeah,
I kind of want to. You know, people cosplay Dave Filoni.
Yeah, man, let him.
I can see why, bro. Like this motherfucker single-handedly trying to save Star Wars. But
even before that, they would still. Yeah. Even when he was just Clone Wars guy, people would still cosplay him.
I can see that too.
He's fucking cool.
He's cool. He wrote some really good episodes.
Yeah.
But the way he wrote Ahsoka, this character, he knew that people were gonna hate her.
You know, he's also a writer in Korra too.
He went into it. He went into the hate. He was like let the people hate Ahsoka. So then we give a reason for people to understand how she's gonna change, because that's
character development.
Exactly.
That's character development.
Ooh.
And the way you're supposed to do that. Yeah, the way you're supposed to do that was the same way you're supposed to do it with Korra.
They forced it with Korra.
They forced it. They made it disgusting.
Like I said on the previous podcast, I told Angel how like they're at the Metal City. I already forgot what it was called, but Korra calls up Tenzin, and Tenzin's going through some problems with the airbenders in the temple, and then Korra gives him advice, and then Tenzin's all like, "Oh, you're shaping up to be a real Avatar."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Wasn't that like the first episode of that season?
Something like that.
No.
Nah, season 3, like mid-season 3.
Yeah, because that's when the Avatars come in. That's like after season 2.
Yeah, so like, it's cool though. Okay, so in Avatar, the Last Airbender, right? When they have that recap episode when they watch the play of the previous events, that shit was amazing.
That was so perfect.
It was such a perfect episode, right?
Because it spotlights all the like stuff they hate about themselves.
Yeah.
And then because it's exactly what like sitcoms are kind of, but in reverse.
It's so funny too.
Yeah.
And then when Toph's a big ass buff dude, and they all think that she's gonna get mad, she's like, "That's awesome."
That's awesome. I'm like, that's how she is.
Yeah.
That's who she is.
And then like the funniest
it's
part.
funny too because they don't want to make it look like that this little blind girl is beating everybody up, so they made it so that it's some big buff dude.
Vanessa's all mad and shit.
Yeah, they're like, no, we're doing good.
And is that propaganda?
They're just strong. Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh
what
yeah, they firsthand show you how they use propaganda in the Fire Nation. Yeah, but like the recap episode in Korra is so fucking lame, dog. Mako's telling his
I think I skipped it.
Mako's telling his story to
the grandma, right?
To Prince Wu.
Oh,
and Prince Wu's a cool character. I like Prince Wu.
Prince Wu has so much character development.
He does.
Yeah.
Like a shit ton.
Yeah.
More than Korra. And Korra shrugs him off. Korra like berates him and shit. Not berates him, but like, you know, she kind of just like, get the fuck away from me. But Wu's cooler than her.
Yeah.
And you know what else? He brings back a fucking bop of a song.
Oh, he does. Yeah.
He brings back the bops.
And he chills with the badger moles and shit.
Badger mole.
Man.
Badger mole.
But yeah, you already know I hate Mako's grandma, so she's there for that. So like, it's cool that Mako's telling a story and shit, but it's all just like flashbacks, you know?
Yeah, that's all they are.
And it's just
I
like,
hate those.
Yeah, and it's just like Avatar.
Naruto's cool though.
Avatar did it so right, bro, with the fucking play.
Yeah.
Like it made you feel like you're
so original, so new. Well, not original, but it seemed new, you know?
Yeah, it seemed new. It seemed like you're not just fucking retreading old shit.
Yeah.
And this was just whack, you know? And then so it's kind of funny. It's saving grace because it's kind of funny, you know? But then when Korra's like telling her part, all her fuck ups to Asami, I was just so bored, dude. I was like, oh my god, I get it. You suck. Get out of here.
It's like, yeah, this is season 1, season 2. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
that was you.
And then the best one is Bolin and Varric, because like That's what the whole. I feel like that's what the whole recap episode should have been. Movers, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's like
the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like they Derek invents movies basically, and it's like you could have just made a whole ass recap movie.
They use solely for propaganda.
They would have been dope, yeah, and propaganda.
Yeah, have Bolin play like, that would have been cool. Like to have a little movie based on the adventures and stuff. Yeah, what was it called?
Adventures of Nip Tuck.
Nut Tuck.
Nut Tuck.
Yeah. Damn, bro. You know what happens during those movies too? They show ads.
12 episodes of the same
the same fucking guys talking about the same fucking shit.
Oh. It's just funny because I was talking to one of my little cousins a couple weeks ago, and like I was giving her advice and stuff, and we were just talking and stuff, and then I almost said the F word, but then I censored myself
because of the podcast.
Yeah, no, just in general, just because she's young and stuff, and so like I instead of saying fucking, I said like freaking A or something like that, and she goes, just cuss, I don't care. And I'm like, oh fuck. I should have just cussed, like
old ass man.
Old ass man, yeah. I don't know.
I think that's good though.
What?
That you're subconsciously trying to better yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't like
Pick better words.
you weren't like trying to force yourself to do it. You just kind of subconsciously did it. But also, were you done talking about Korra?
No, I'm not.
No, yeah, there's a lot more.
There's a lot more, yeah.
But,
because
damn, bro,
my hate for Korra.
I love that idea. The movies telling the entire story.
Yeah, fucking did it.
Like it didn't because
it's not even a lie
when you examine it,
because it would be like the same thing, kind of like the existential thing.
Yeah,
it's like different times the same thing. It would be like the same thing, but in a different timeline.
And also they could have done it like they were watching the movies.
Yeah,
okay,
and then they could have had like Bolin sitting down, like knowing what comes next.
Yeah.
And
but here's the thing though, because the problem is that they're all in different places. Mako's with Prince Wu, Asami's on Air Temple Island with Korra, and then Varric and Bolin are on the boat trying to get back to the city. But you could have just hold it off and waited for Bolin and Varric to get with the rest of the group, and then had just like, okay, now we're all together, let's have some downtime before we fucking go.
Do anything.
Yeah. And then Varric's like, oh, well, I had these ideas for movers, and then they play him or some shit,
Yeah.
It could have been that simple. But yeah.
That's simple.
So in Korra, Toph tells Korra that her previous foes, they all had good intentions. They just went too far.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Isn't that Octavius?
Yeah.
That's an example.
I saw it on a meme where it was like, when it gets to this certain page on how to kill a mockingbird, because it has the N-word in it, as the kid who has it in class, the power of the sun in the palm of my hand.
Oh man.
Amon wanted equality.
Yeah.
Unalaq just wanted spirits to live in peace or some shit like that.
Yeah, he wanted chaos to take over so that order can fix itself again.
Nah, that was Zahir. Zahir wanted freedom for everybody, and he even said disorder is the world's natural order. And yeah, man, it's fucking crazy. And then Kuvira wants the Earth Nation's huge, right? And she wants
just doing some Hitler type shit.
And that shit.
She wants,
She wanted to spread nationalism.
Yeah, she was just America, bro.
She wanted to they called her the Great Uniter because she brought all the separated countries from
the
Earth Kingdom back together, And because at first I didn't understand why she wanted to fuck with the Republic, or Republic City, right?
Yeah.
But then it makes sense because apparently Republic City was a part of the Earth Nation.
It's such a good name.
Yeah.
Republic City.
Yeah. And then it just makes sense, bro. I dig it.
I mean, that's how it is now too. Like,
bro, this girl made a mech. Are we not gonna talk about the mech right now?
Okay, it's because I didn't,
bro. It's kind of whack.
You don't like the mech?
Nah,
it's cool. The Day of the Colossus and all that. It's cool. But I like the scene a lot where she's in the spirit vines after the mech's destroyed, and then Korra goes into the spirit wilds, and then she fucking Kuvira's just right there with a big ass gun. The big ass cannon from the Titan, and one of the reasons I like it so much is because I would play the Mega Man Zero games for the GBA, and there was these 4 bosses that you would fight, and they were like normal Reploid looking guys, but then they would turn into these big ass forms, right? And then I would play on the DS version, the collection on the DS, and like on the bottom touchscreen, they would show like artwork and stuff. So when you face one of those bosses, it would show Zero like in the forefront, And in the background, it's just like the boss super huge and shit.
Whoa.
That's what it reminded me of, and I was like, damn, that's fucking tight. And then, that's another part I hate, that after she shoots the fucking weapon and it gets all out of control, that's cool and all, but then when Korra, like, she just jumps in the way of it, and all of a sudden everything's fine, and all of a sudden there's like a fucking new spirit portal.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just
So
like, it doesn't make no sense.
That's what I was saying.
But I mean, you could attribute it to them not having enough time. You know, they didn't know whether or not they're gonna have enough time to fucking finish out the season. So some things do feel rushed in that aspect.
That's so dumb.
But we have Nickelodeon to blame for that, or Viacom, or Viacom, or however you pronounce it.
I'm gonna blame everybody. How can you do this?
But yeah, the coolest thing though, what I'm trying to say though about Korra is there's no shortages of good bad guys, man. These are some great bad guys, especially in Avatar. Like, Zuko's a great bad guy. He gets redeemed. Azula's a great bad guy.
The best redemption arc in animation history.
Yeah.
He goes through 2 ego deaths.
You can't find it.
You want to talk about those? The blue dragon, right?
The blue spirit is
the blue spirit or something like that. Yeah. He's such a badass, bro. Like, Zuko literally said,
you can't find a better fucking villain, bro. You can't.
Zuko literally said, okay, I'm gonna go like low key, and I'm not even gonna use my firebending. I'm gonna fuck people up with these swords.
For real. It's so gangster.
Yeah, it's fucking tight.
And then Uncle Iroh is like, Zuko, are you gonna do this for the rest of your life?
Yeah.
And then he's like, what are you gonna do with what was it, the bison? Was it the air bison? Appa. He's like, what are you gonna do with him after you set him free? Let him go or walk him out? What are you gonna do?
And he tells him, look how you failed in the northern water tribe. You know, you had the Avatar, and then you had no way to get back to where you needed to go, and you fucking lost him. And damn, it just means a lot, you know. And people try to say that Fire Lord Ozai kind of falls flat in his evilness because he's just evil. But yeah, that's basically the way I see him. He's like Lord Sidious.
Yeah.
Lord Sidious is just
he's like
pure
absolute evil.
Yeah, absolute evil. And he even has lightning powers like Lord Sidious too.
He's basically like the character that represents like the evil of like the entire world. You get me?
Yeah. And another parallel to it to Star Wars is that he's voiced by Mark Hamill, who plays Luke Skywalker. Nice. So yeah, it's nice.
and then when Aang has that dream that he's in his underwear.
Oh
what?
Man.
Oh yeah.
Happy Pride Month, guys.
But yeah, so like in Korra,
only he has those Five Nation kids dance.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Hey, that dancing episode was fucking sick.
Yeah, that was sick.
Hey, bro, those Fire Nation episodes, like they hit.
They really do hit, yeah.
Because it teaches another thing too, like because you know the Fire Nation is so orderly, you know, and they're not letting kids express themselves as they want to.
Yeah.
And so Aang comes there as a kid, you know, he's like, oh,
flame yo, Hotman.
Yeah, like I'm energetic and like a kid, you know. And those kids see it, it's like, damn, that's kind of what I want to be, but I'm kind of like, I'm kind of ordered. I have to be this.
Yeah.
And so Aang's like the fool that brings them out of their character and stuff. So now, now that he's touched them, that
the Fools podcast.
Yeah,
you can those kids without fooling yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Those kids are gonna go into the other Fire Nation and teach those kids how to be kids too now. You get me?
Yeah.
There's a whole ripple effect. That's why I like that episode too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's this dance move he does. It's basically in real life too. Except Avatar just has like an extra step.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what dance move it is though.
Which one?
Fuck.
The one in the Dance with Katara?
Nah.
Oh, the dragon dance?
It's something that Aang does. It's
dragon dance like
oh, it's this. It's this. People were doing this, but they added something.
Oh, the Millie Rock?
Yeah. It's the it's that, right? But the Millie Rock is like, it's open, right?
Yeah,
but the Avatar version, you grab your elbow. You keep your one hand on one of your elbows, like that. It's fucking funny. And that predates the Millie Rock, too. Crazy.
Those kids don't even know how to dance.
They didn't know.
It's like, just move your body.
Just move your body.
So, yeah, back to the Korra bad guys, though, is that they all had good intentions, right? Pretty much. And Unalaq kind of just went crazy and shit, but I was playing my Grand Summoners game, right?
Crazy because there was power.
No, Unalaq was on the, like I said,
Tenzin explains, Zahir explains it, because, you know.
Go on.
Zahir explains how, like, when they tried to kidnap Korra when she was a little girl, Unalaq was a part of that plan.
Yeah.
Diverged from it.
Yeah,
Zahir says that it was never his intention to become a dark avatar.
Yeah, and it wasn't his intention to release the spirits either.
Yeah.
He wanted to keep them separated.
Yeah. But right here in the Grand Summoners game that I play, you know, I was just playing the story one morning.
It was fate.
Yeah.
That you got to be an airbender.
Yeah, it was. I was playing the story, and then like all of a sudden, this character named Fen, who's like he's really smart and shit, and like he kind of talks down the main character a lot. Everyone kind of talks down the main character. He's like super tactical and shit, and he just has a lot of bullshit to say. But he doesn't. He's always like 100% himself, you know. Like he doesn't bullshit you. And he was saying some facts, bro, like some hella facts. And I forgot the first part he said because, you know, I was playing. I'm reading this fucking game, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I read the next thing, and then I was like, I gotta screenshot this shit because he says every virtuous person is just one step away from self-righteousness, and that's fucking facts. You know, you could believe what you're, and that's how most that's what most good bad guys are. Like, they don't think they're evil; they think they're doing the right thing. And yeah,
some philosophers believe there is no evil. Evil is subjective.
I dig it.
Yeah,
I can see that.
I believe. How do I say it? Everyone's good and bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it like that too.
Yeah.
I see it as we're all human, and we all have our faults.
Yeah.
And it's only human. You know, it's the human condition. Now I'm gonna tell you who my new favorite Korra character is.
Who?
Oh, wait, hold up, drum roll.
It's fucking Varric, dog.
Oh,
Varric's amazing, bro.
Varric is easily
it's cool because
for me.
Yeah, it's cool because I only watched like 2 episodes out of season 2, and so I didn't. That was the introduction to Varric, you know. So I didn't. Now I've gotten to see him and everything, and like, he's literally Hondo Ohnaka from Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I would say Hondo Ohnaka is
smart as fuck.
Yeah. Hondo Ohnaka is pretty much chaotic evil, and Varric is chaotic good.
Yeah.
Because they both, if you watch both shows, you'll see how, like, as you watch Clone Wars, Ohnaka's gonna come in. He's either gonna be like, you're either gonna root for him, be like, yeah, that's right, motherfucker, or you could be like, man, fuck this fool.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And then Varric, same thing, like. Except Varric is more sneaky, you know. You're like, you'll be like, oh hell yeah, Varric's
more meticulous.
Yeah, he's like, and he tells you straight up when he's telling Korra, he's like, oh
Julie?
yeah,
do the thing,
do the thing, dude. He straight up tells, like, I think it was Asami or someone. He's like, yeah, I helped the president get elected, you know. And I also helped the other one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, whoever wins, you know, I want to be on their good side. It's fucking cool. Like, he tells you straight up. But yeah, so then he just double crosses a lot of people. But man, he's fucking cool. And then just fucking love.
Damn, that Julie double cross.
He's just super smart, bro. He's super smart. He doesn't have no bending. And this fool's like, yeah, I just turned this shit into a bomb.
Yeah, but that was an accident, though. Get rid of it, because I don't want this getting into the wrong. Oh, fuck.
It's like, I don't want this no more. I'm shutting it down.
He names his boat after Julie. That's fucking tight. And then, damn, I just love the scene where they're about to get into the hummingbirds. And then Julie's climbing up the ladder, and he's like, wait, Julie. And he proposes to her. And the way she turns around, I was like, oh. And then he picks her up with one hand and points outward. And it's crazy because life imitates art, dog. The day before, I did some shit like that. And it's just crazy because I never seen that episode before, you know?
Yeah.
And so I did it the day before. And then I think it was either the same day or the day after. But I watched that episode. And I'm like, what the fuck? I just did that. It's fucking crazy, dog. It's crazy. Life imitates art, even when it doesn't know it. And that's another thing that about Israel Adesanya. When Israel Adesanya fought Anderson Silva, they're both in the Naruto, but like Israel didn't know that Adesanya was into Naruto. Israel didn't know that Anderson Silva was in the Naruto. But yeah, so like when they did the face-off, Israel Adesanya did the Rock Lee pose, and Anderson Silva had his arms crossed. Yeah. So then it looked like Israel was Rock Lee and then Anderson Silva was Gara. And Israel was like, life imitates art. He probably doesn't even know who Gara is, but you know, that's how it played out. But yeah, Anderson Silva, a lot of people love him, but like, he's a nerd too. He has like a fucking whole room dedicated to hot toys, SH figure arts, everything. Sick. Yeah, it's cool. It's normal. Yeah. It's normal.
They used to hate me, but now they love me like I'm Gara.
Well, yeah, collections are normal.
Yeah.
You know?
And the fucking dude, the ending being Varric's.
I like collections.
Yeah, me too.
I like seeing people's different collections. Like,
yeah, me too.
Even from like a snow globe collection to like a lighter collection.
Yeah.
You know why I don't like them collections?
Why?
When people are trying to get money from you because of
like my debt collector that calls.
Yeah, the debt collector that calls every single morning to make sure, like, oh, how are you? How are your finances?
It's like, you back on your feet?
Yeah, you back on your feet? Yeah, I just want to know how you're doing.
Like, I'm still kind of down bad. Later back.
I love how Korra ends with Varric's wedding.
Oh,
cool. Well, technically the real ending is Korra and Sami going to the spirit. But before that though, That wedding was fucking tight. I was like,
Asami
hell yeah.
deserves 100 times better than Korra.
You think so?
100%, yes.
Should have went to the spirit world by herself.
But
Her
Asami
damn
was-
self.
Yeah, Korra should have fucking done some self-discovery. What the fuck is this
by
bitch
her
doing?
damn self.
Why is she trying to get into relationships if she hasn't had a good one?
What do you mean?
She hasn't had one good relationship, and it's all because of herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't know who she
Self-discovery.
is.
When she was arguing with
That's
with
one big thing about relationships, and Gal's kind of right.
Yeah.
Like, Korra's
Why is she
teaching her,
going
like,
into
to,
another
like,
one?
To always be with someone, you know?
when she was with Mako and she kept
You gotta find
arguing
yourself first.
when she kept arguing with Mako,
Yeah.
I was just like, damn, you know, like Mako's the shit, and it's just like it's not because I don't think it's because I'm a guy, but like I was siding with Mako because in ReZero, there's this episode where Subaru is arguing with Emilia, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I totally agree with Emilia. I'm like, nah, Subaru's being fucking stupid, you know? Why is he acting like that? But it's like, yeah, but in Mako's case, I'm like, Mako's not even in the wrong. Korra's just like being pissed off for no reason, but like she's just taking her anger out on Mako. It's like dumb.
For real.
Yeah.
So she has to fix the shit that she did and taking out the anger on him.
I just remembered something too. So you know, I watched Blood In Blood Out for the first time, right?
Yeah.
My favorite character in that movie is Paco,
Mm-hmm.
and I realized some similarities. Him and Paco and Mako, their names rhyme. They're both.
That's where it ends.
That's number one.
They both start off as like little gangsters and shit, and then they both end up becoming cops.
Oh shit.
It's fucking
Yeah,
tight.
Yeah.
And I think there was like one more, but I forgot it. But you know, there it is. That's tight, huh?
There it is.
Do they both wear scarves?
Nah, Paco has a hat.
Damn. Is it red though?
No. Oh yeah, I remember the last thing. They're both boxers. Let's go.
Hey bro, boxing and having firebending, it's
Fucking tight.
Yeah, it's like
When he kills that water bitch. what-
bro, they should have just made like a little fucking Legend of Korra game where it was just that tournament.
no.
Like you
That'd be sick.
just create your bender and then you go through the tournament. That's it.
I like how the
Like, nothing
fucking,
too much, you know.
I like how the waterbender guy with the long hair.
Yeah.
The cool guy from season 1. He's the wedding band.
The one of the top tier people.
Yeah. No, but also in the wedding him and his teammates are the musicians
Oh, yeah?
for the music, for the wedding.
Why do I feel like I haven't seen that episode? What the hell? I literally remember watching Korra and Asami walk off and I was mad. I guess my anger just overtook the entirety of the show.
I had never seen the last episode before.
I feel you on that, Gallo. I done watched it like 3 times.
Cause like I don't know, sometimes when you're upset, like things just kind of fly by your head.
Yeah. When all you think is negative, that's all you see. Like even in life.
Yeah, and it's hard to think positive when you see Korra.
Because all you think is dumb bitch.
Not me, but you know,
Yeah, that's why you saw more.
yeah.
That's why you saw more of the show.
I mean, I even saw more too, but it's like, Korra's stupid. like the way I viewed the show was all around like I didn't see her. She wasn't the focal point. Everything else.
She was not the focal point
Yeah.
of that show. The focal point was Republic City.
It was the president.
It was the president.
It was Dante.
I think his name was Raiko or Ryo.
Yeah, Raiko.
Yeah, Raiko. You said you had 2 great memories?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, it's because there's like moments in my life where I think back to. I'm just like, it's one of my most fondest memories. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty
The
sure.
time you met Angel and the time you met me.
I'm pretty sure everyone has those shits, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what's crazy? There's some friends that I can specifically remember the first time I met them, and there's other friends where I don't. It's just because it's the friends that we became friends over time, you know, or they were introduced in a different friend group or some shit. And yeah, those ones I don't remember. Like Fernando, I can't remember when I first met Fernando, but I can remember when I first met Angel and you.
Yeah, that was specific. Someone actually.
Damn, the way you said that.
What?
Yeah, and you.
And that guy. And that other guy.
And that other guy.
You know why?
Yeah,
he was thinking back to that memory. That's why. It wasn't now, Gallo. It was the past.
It was
Yeah, it's a
Pascal.
pass.
Yeah, Pascal sucks, bro. I don't like Pascal.
Past Angel sucks too, though.
I heard, even though I didn't like you back then, it hurts to hear you say that though.
You know, I don't know.
Because you're a different person now.
The truth hurts, bro.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah,
That shit does hurt.
It's good knowing that. Because a lot of people lie to themselves.
Yeah, like imagine I fucking was the same person. We wouldn't be here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. Yeah. Just like remember I sent you that video the other night about saying Jordan Peterson talking about like things that make you authentic.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Oh,
but I'm going to though.
Yeah, this is sick. And like basically he describes how you can tell when you're saying something authentic and saying something that's fake, and he breaks down like how like most of all your opinions and stuff you think about right now is all other people's opinions.
It's funny when Jordan Peterson talks to Andrew Schultz, because then people in the comments are like, wow, Andrew Schultz out here really just getting free therapy. And then the last one I watched was like a 4-minute clip of Jordan Peterson explaining why white guys are so into wrestling, WWE and shit.
Oh,
like
that's
that.
funny.
Yeah, and it's cool because Jordan Peterson, like, he takes a single topic, and he just...
Yeah, he breaks it down.
He breaks it down to like its own little molecular structure. And
its own little space.
Yeah, it gets to the point where it's like you forgot you were talking about WWE.
Yeah,
but it still makes sense when you connect the two.
Yeah, because he references different allegories and how they're the same and like each thing. Yeah. He was talking about like other people. Your opinions are basically other people's opinions that are you just adopted.
Yeah.
So like for you to actually say something authentic, you actually break apart away of all those opinions and pick which ones you actually hold dear, and only say those ones. Only tell the truth about those ones that you hold dear.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like
because I'm more liberal than you guys are.
Yeah.
And I'm still holding true to that.
Yeah, that's cool. Like it's not like.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna hate you guys because you guys fucking voted for a person. Like.
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I do that?
You just threw us under the bus.
No, that's cool. You can throw me under the bus.
I can say that about anybody. There's a bunch of fucking idiots running for presidency. What the fuck, dude? But either way.
But I mean,
an idiot in office right now.
I was pretty out there though, so if anyone
they would
followed me on Instagram, they already knew.
Also, there's no point in hiding.
Yeah, just to wrap up what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like he describes a feeling like in your core, like when you say something authentic.
Yeah.
Because your subconscious knows what you really think. So like. You get like a sense of you're not saying what you really are, and you're not actually being who you really are. You get that core feeling, and he's saying that that's dangerous in itself, because when people criticize you, they're not criticizing you. They're criticizing other people's opinions, and you can detach yourself from that because you can say, "Oh, that's not really my opinion, so it doesn't really matter because that's not me."
Holy shit!
Yeah. And so that
light bulb.
Yeah, so that's like the whole like. The big lie of life is like saying something you don't mean actually affects you a lot more than it actually does. Even picking what. God damn it, guys! even picking the words you use means a lot. Like just saying by myself instead of alone, like that means a whole different thing. Like just,
I feel you, yeah.
Like saying by myself is like saying I'm just alone at the time. Like I'm by myself right now. It's like kind of like implied that I would be somewhere else later. But when you're alone, you're just completely alone. There's nothing like there's other words that are like synonymous to like alone that you think of when you hear alone. Like when I hear alone, I hear darkness, I hear this, I hear that. Once
the connotation of
yeah, exactly. Like like it all comes with that one word that you say, and so whatever words you say throughout the day is what brings you down. So if all you're saying is I hate my day all day, then you can convince yourself that you hate your day all day. You get it? Yeah.
What if I really did hate that day though?
Well, then hate that day. That's you. That day. But don't hate that day when you actually like that day, or don't hate that day when someone else says they hit that day too. You get me?
Here's this thing that happened to me, right? So I was running 8 miles, right? And now I can't run the 8 miles no more. I could do 3, right?
Yeah.
But even before that,
is that because of the diet change?
3.5. I don't know.
I can see that because like
your body's adjusting.
Not even that, but like all the other things you're eating are heavier than what.
Oh yeah, I'm totally
are,
like
you get me?
I'm not eating healthy at all right now. But another thing was though,
you gotta pick up extra weight. You get me?
Yeah. I tried going out for an 8-mile run, right? And I need to get used to not running with music on, but like it feels so good to listen to music. I'm a really big lover of music,
Why would you want to not have music? Sorry, that came out all weird. Why would you not want to have music while running?
Because then you're really by yourself. You're really alone, and it comes down to just you being able to finish your task at hand.
It's kind of like a meditation, really, at that point.
It's like
because
music legit helps you run or do anything better. Like, that's why in like those long ass races, it's illegal to, not illegal, it's, you can't have music on those races. You can't have earphones or anything like that, because it'll amp you up, and it's a form of cheating, basically. So
That's bullshit.
no, it really is.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if they all had it, then wouldn't it be?
I don't know, man. I guess just make things fair and not have the music. But because it really is a testament, and to see how far you can push yourself without it, right?
Yeah.
So me, I was gonna run.
Discipline.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rock Lee dropping his weights, I get it.
Yeah, I was gonna run, but then my earphones were dead, so I was like, fuck. So I guess I'm not gonna run this shit with music though. So then I'm running, and I only did like 2.885 miles, right? And I was just like, fuck. And there was times before that where I wanted to quit, but I kept pushing myself, right? And then like then I finally couldn't run no more. Like, my legs were giving out on me and shit, and I was like, damn. So the next one after that, I did complete my run, you know? I shot for 3.5, and I did 3.5, right? But on my last, because I don't run on a treadmill, I run around the city, right? So when I was coming up on my street, I saw this guy, and David Goggins, he talks about taking souls, right? He talks like, oh, when I'm running with people and they quit, that's basically him taking their soul, right? And it just kind of sounds funny to me. I'm pretty sure it sounds funny to anybody else, right? But
It's fucking hilarious.
I get it though.
yeah, you get it, right?
Yeah.
And now I understand it fully, because, man, it's all about to make sense. It's all about to click, because it clicked for me. So
Yeah,
They ain't got no soul.
when I got onto my street, right, and I saw this other guy running ahead, like he already was past, I'm running behind him, right, and I'm telling myself, oh, I'm gonna catch up to this guy, and I'm thinking like, oh, it gets to the point where I'm like, I already ran 3 miles, right, pretty much. I ran like 3.25, and I'm like, I tell myself, well, I know I can get past this guy, but what happens when I get past him? He could just easily come
Over that.
past me, yeah. And I'm like, fuck. So then I'm just like, I guess I'm not gonna do that. And then we're coming up to my house pretty soon, and this fool's still like good, not way ahead of me, but like he's still ahead of me though. And I'm like, fuck, man. And it's like, even if I did pass him too and I got to my house, he's still gonna keep running afterwards.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck. So I didn't think anything of it, and I didn't want to tell myself, oh, well, I had to run all these other miles before I got to this point, so I'm good. But I feel like I'm just lying to myself at that point, you know? Like, who knows how much this guy's been running? So it's an unknown variable. It's an unknown, or it's an unknown known. And then
That's why it doesn't matter.
yeah. So then the next
it's a
time,
known unknown.
yeah. So the next time I'm running, right, I decided to do my sprints. So after I run these, like, on my final, like, street upwards, I'll start doing a good amount of sprints. And then there's like this, when I get to this horizontal street, I'll be like, okay, there's this like little green electrical box, and I'm like, it's a long sprint, right? And I'm like, I'll always finish that shit, you know? Usually I never fail on that stuff, no matter how beat down I am from the run, right?
Yeah.
So this last time I did sprints on that shit, I quit halfway. Because all the negative thoughts started pointing in my head. Damn, that fool passed you up last time, blah, 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 blah. It's all me. It's all me.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's all me. It's all my negative thinking that made me not able to finish that shit. So the next time after that, my last time I ran, I got right. I didn't even do sprints. I was like, I'm not doing sprints
I've
today.
experienced like this too, so I'll tell you after.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then I couldn't even stay on that same part of the sidewalk. I crossed the street, and during my jog, I was like, "Fuck this fool!" And that's when it clicked on me. I was like, "This motherfucker took my soul." And so right now, I'm just trying to get my soul back. You know?
Yeah, that's deep. You know, I talk about that bike guy. My nemesis.
Yeah.
All right, so on my bike to work.
Wait. You said my nemesis?
Yeah, because he lives on my same block.
Okay.
Yeah, so then we leave to work. He leaves the bike or to work because he has a bag too.
And
So
I just love the fact that you give like these names and like to these people around you, like
neighbor, nemesis,
like
dealer. So
it really is like if you wrote like a life story, like you could name these people these stories and people would talk about this book. Like, bro, have you read the part about dealer? Like,
I have multiple parts about dealer. They're different dealers too.
Yeah,
but anyway, but yeah. So I think he lives like where Hector lives on that street, and he writes down. And but I always leave before him because he leaves at 12. I will leave at.
You sure you want to get these times out there?
Yeah, no. They can challenge me.
No.
No. But so I'm writing, and then he'll catch up to me on the way, I'm probably it's probably like now 12:30 to 12, like 11:30 to 12. I'll probably leave like around 11:40. We probably leave around the same 12 because I'm always late.
Around noon.
Yeah. So he's always passing me up right after Monroe streets.
Yeah.
And
I'll cut that out.
yeah, thank you. And he passes me up all the time. He's going fast, and he has a like a road bike, so it's like a 10-speed. And so I'm like, damn, I can't pass this for like 2-3 weeks. So I was like, this guy, I'm gonna let this guy pass me. But like for the first week, I tried to gain on him. I couldn't gain on him.
Yeah.
Until I started like really like fixing my not fixing, but learning how to ride with the gears and stuff. And then the last time I seen him, I almost gained on him. I was right behind him, but he left me on the red light. And I know he knows who I am because one time I was getting off the bus and he was riding the bike on the same way because I take the bus the same way too. And he sees me and he does a little like a salute to me, like a, what's up, you know? And I'm like, so he knows who I am and he sees me biking and so he knows what I'm trying to do.
He's the blue to your red.
Yeah. So for probably like 2-3 months I've been trying to gain on him, and this past week I've actually been able to like be right behind him.
That's good.
Yeah, and I'm only on a 6 speed.
Yeah.
And he's most likely on a 10 speed. But like I don't let him take my soul because the way I see it is like he's trained more than me, so he deserves this. You get me? I don't train anyway in biking as far as to when I ride on the trail or like ride on the thing. So my accomplishment is that because he's always geared up, suited up, you know, like bike gear, helmet, you know, he's serious about it. So if I can gain behind him, I know if I can work as hard or not even work as hard. Yeah, not even as hard, but if I work just a bit harder or just the same, I can pass them up on my own time. You get me? So that's how I keep my soul.
It's crazy because I've taken people's souls.
Yeah, I take people's souls too. I actually.
Imagine like someone was zoned out during the podcast and they come back in during this. Yeah, I just took their souls.
Yeah, I take their souls all night. Drink from the skulls. Yeah. I remember when David used to tell people at gym that I used to perform rituals. Because he used to be into 3-6 Mafia and stuff. And so he would just be all... He would tell me all this...
David?
Oh, that'd be cool. We should make
David Z.
Zenteno?
Yeah.
We should make some skull cups.
That'd be sick.
Dope.
Life-size
human skull cup.
He would tell everybody, he's like, don't fuck with him. That fool I seen this fool beat people with a bat. Like, he goes crazy, man. Don't fuck with him.
He's fucking cool, man.
Yeah. He's one of those friends, I don't know how I met him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was funny because Enrique was friends with him.
Yeah.
And so, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
So we were chilling one time and David gets off the school bus and he's like, Angel, Enrique. I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, Enrique, who's this? Yeah. And then he's like, David's like, hey, you don't remember me? I was like, nah, bro. Like, and then Enrique's like, oh, you don't remember David? I was like, what are you talking about? And then they made up, I don't know, they made up the story. They made up the story that we went to the park.
Yeah.
And
they made it up?
I believe they made it up because I have no recollection of this.
This was before any marijuana.
Yeah, because I didn't do anything in high school except for drink. And so he's telling me that we met him. I was chilling with Enrique, and then we met up at the park with David, and then they started smoking, and I smoked with them, and then they said I got super faded and tried to climb the fucking baseball fence.
Nah, that's not you.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not you.
That's not you.
But Ivan, they kept to this.
They're probably trying to fuck with you.
To the day Enrique died.
But you do look like a lot of people. So maybe they were so high that they mistook some other fool for you.
That's funny. That could happen.
That could have been 100% what happened.
Yeah, that could. But that's really funny. But how did David come out the best saying Angel? Because he knew me by name.
Well, yeah, because then maybe Enrique thought he was Angel, that guy, so he called you Angel, and that's how he knew Angel.
Bro, I want to know who that guy was, because imagine hanging out with them the whole time, and then they keep calling you Angel. Yeah.
It's like, bro, I'm Pedro. The next day, he's like, hey, remember me, guys? Like, we're hanging out with Angel.
Yeah, we're hanging out with Angel. Who are you?
I met David in 6th grade, but... it was fun. I remember one time, because he lived in 2 apartments down from me, and this is when I used to like climb all the different walls to the different apartments, along with all the other kids.
Damn, what if it was him?
And then, and I remember being in his apartment one day, and then we were playing tag and shit, and then this one guy from our school, he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, you're Ivan?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "I heard you're a really good runner, huh?" He's like, he made it his mission to try and like, I think we raced or some shit. I'm pretty sure he beat me. I can't remember, but it was just crazy to know that a motherfucker, because I used to go ham on the fucking
just hearing that
on the cross country.
Other people are talking about
Yeah, I used to go ham on the cross country during middle school.
Too, I'm talking about later.
Yeah, and just to know that some like, because when I was doing it, it was just for myself, you know.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing it to
impress people.
To impress people.
That's when recognition is the best. Is when you don't expect anything from it. It's just you doing you. You know.
Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, there was people ahead of me, you know, but I was still part of that group that was. Because the way it happened was you had to go all around this fucking thing. Like, it was like a legit cross country. Like, our fucking PE area was like, it was 6th grade, you know, it was everywhere. But yeah, so like there was this gate. Well, basically the gym teacher that was collecting the names and shit and the numbers. When you got to him, you give him your name, your number, and then you could just go chill somewhere, right?
Yeah.
But it got to the point where like everyone else starts coming. So once all the other 3 PE classes, so many kids that they had to line them up. And you couldn't just freely just be like, oh, here's my shit, and walk away. You had to wait in line now. My whole thing was like, I don't want to wait in that fucking line. And like, I was like, I'm not going to wait in that shit. So I was probably like 3rd. It wasn't a race, but, you know, I was probably like 3rd, 4th place every time. But I was a little chubby ass kid, you know. I was just doing me. And when that guy knew of my name, and I was still just a chubby ass kid, you know. And I was just like, damn, that's crazy. So even if I did lose that race that day, I was still happy. I was like, damn, these motherfuckers know who I was just because I go ham on the fucking cross country race or cross country run. It's crazy.
That's really cool. Yeah. Speaking about those old days too, I remember when we did the mile, me and Angel, like speaking about like singing souls and stuff, just to put my own 2 cents into here.
Oh yeah.
I guess I made it so that the soul wouldn't get taken because I don't know why I would do this, but like in PE during the mile, sometimes I'll run it if it was like during the years that Angel wasn't in PE with me, or like I didn't really have anyone to talk to.
Because I never ran PE unless it was a test.
Yeah, yeah.
I had a handicap pass, and I kept that with me. Even when I was able to run, I played that shit off.
No, even if you were supposed to run or whatever, blah blah, like no one really cared.
Yeah, they only cared during the standardized testing.
Yeah, so but even though there was like no actual like thing like making me run, I would always like find the fattest person and make sure I overlap them before I talked to Angel, before I like started walking with Angel. Funny. And that was my always because I was a fat, because I was a fat kid, right?
Yeah. So
I was always like, as long as I'm not the fattest, and then like I would do the run, and then I would do that. And then when you spoke about the like doing it for yourself, like a day like stood out in particular as you were talking about it. It was the day that you made the sadly made a person cry. and then I was running to Giovanni's house.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, it was basically from where Angel is now. I was running to Giovanni's house like straight, and I even chose the route that had the wall so I could jump over the wall. And then so I ran, jumped the wall, ran, jumped the gate to the bingos, and I kept running. And there was this part where I was like my body was like, bro, stop. And I was like, no. And I was basically limping. Like I was
That's
fast.
conviction.
I was like fast limping. Yeah, to like the I'm like, as long as I make it to the
That's your Nindo.
What's it
ninja
called?
way.
Yeah, that was my ninja way at the time. As long as I made it to the traffic light where I could click the button, I'll be able to like stop. So I did that. I was like, oh Jesus fucking Christ.
That's another thing too I wanted to talk about is setting goals on your run. Because when I bike, this was another thing I was gonna say, but I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Was I used to get bored too on the trails. Because I used to do, 3 miles, and then I would come back, because, I was training.
Yeah.
So then I'll go through 4, 5, 6, whatever.
Yeah, so it's like a loading bar.
Yeah.
Like it just gets boring. You don't want to stare at a loading bar. You want to do shit while shit's happening.
What I started doing was focusing on my breathing. So I would focus on my breathing, and then because I would focus on my breathing, my mind wouldn't think about anything else, just the breathing. And so, I had there's mental clarity, and then sometimes I would think thoughts, but then I would be like, okay, think about your breathing again. So you focus on your breathing, make sure you get all of it and stuff.
Yeah.
And then what you do is subconsciously you set goals on your trail. So I'll be like, okay, when I get to this stoplight, that means I'm like a quarter of the way. So that means I've accomplished a quarter of my mission, So that means I have another quarter of my mission to do, and another quarter. And so, I have checkpoints in my head that after I completed one, I did that shit. So now I have to keep going to my other checkpoint. all the while I'm not even thinking about anything else except for my breathing. And then random thoughts here and there that I try to circulate out.
Yeah.
I used to do that type of shit, but like to waste time in class.
Oh yeah, that's meditation.
Yeah. I was like, all right, there's 40 minutes left in class because class just started. So I'm like,
okay, kids. Okay, 40 minutes left in class.
I was like, so if I do this for like 5 minutes, then that means there's only like 35 minutes left in class. So then if I do this for 10 minutes, and then I would keep writing down like in the margins and shit. Like I'll do like designs or like patterns or some shit, or just repeatedly write board, like just the word board until like it doesn't even look like a word, and like 1,000 different ways. Then I was like, all right, that took about 10 minutes. If you do that 4 more times,
I remember
I became creative.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in first grade, right?
I'm gonna use it as a share idea though.
Board.
Yeah.
Board. Yeah.
I remember.
Oh no, go on.
I remember when I was in first grade, my class would go to this other teacher's class, right? And
was it one of those ones where the walls were connecting?
Nah.
Oh.
We were in portables, but
okay.
like my teacher was really cool with this other 5th grade teacher, so we'd go hang. I guess that's how it worked, or maybe it was an actual program. But basically, us first graders would go hang out with the 5th grader, and we'll be in the classroom. And
we did that too, huh? But I think it was like a.
Yeah, no.
I don't think it was like that. Like
the first
like
graders came down like the third graders. Yeah.
It was like a reading buddy type thing.
Oh yeah.
But
that's what it was.
It was cool. I dug it, and my reading buddy, he was this dude.
My reading buddy was cool too.
Yeah, he would.
I think mine was cool, but I don't remember.
He would draw fucking mazes, a bunch of mazes on his paper, right? And I thought that shit was tight. Like I thought it was cool. And also my one of my uncles, his nickname is Maze. He was a tagger in LA and shit. And like, yeah, I always thought it was a cool ass nickname. But yeah, so
you gotta figure him out.
I just pretty much thought like, damn, this is cool. This guy's drawing mazes and shit. I thought it was tight. But when I was a 4th grader, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna draw my own maze. And I started drawing my own maze, and this girl that I liked, she saw that shit and she was like, ew, what are you doing? And I was like,
oh my god, fucking people, ew, what are you doing?
I never did that shit ever again.
You stop doing that again.
Damn. You were all hyped.
Yeah.
That's one thing about kids too. Like I say, like kids are the truth, because that's like the base form. But kids are ruthless because they are the truth. That's the crazy part, you know.
You think her saying "ew, what are you doing" was truth?
No, it's not truth. It's just like she'll say something that was truth to her, you know.
No.
Like if you saw Ivan do that and you didn't know him, and you guys are adults, you wouldn't say shit to him. You know,
this man driving mazes.
Yeah, but kid, but kid sees it as like, why are you doing that? It's trying to learn more, you know.
Yeah.
But like to say "you" in front of it.
Oh, I mean, yeah, kids don't know how to talk.
In all honesty, though, my maze was
kids
trash.
don't know how to talk. That's how it is.
In all honesty, though, my maze was trash compared to the 5th graders. He knew what he was doing.
What you were a 1st grader?
Yeah, you just started.
I was a 4th grader.
Oh, a 4th grader.
Yeah. No, I was a 1st grader when I saw.
And you don't know how to fucking understand.
I was a 1st grader when I saw him do it, and then when I attempted my own, I was in 4th grade.
Okay. Now I get it now.
Wow, so like you're like, it's my time now.
Yeah.
Never
pretty
mind.
much. Never mind. Yeah.
Never mind.
Man, yeah, I have a shit ton of stories from 4th grade. I was like I was a fucking crazy ass kid.
Giovanni used to draw twisters.
Dude, you had classes with him?
Oh, you know what's crazy?
I had the class with him, bro.
I responded to Giovanni's story, and that fool replied to me.
Yeah.
I was like, hey.
You got those butterflies?
He replied to my Snapchat story of us playing Yu-Gi-Oh. He's like, oh, I want to play.
Yeah, he put that on his story. Playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
I get butterflies when he talks to me.
Oh, I do too.
What happened?
I did too. He responded because it took him a couple days. I was like, that's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and then he responded. I was like, yo.
I remember when we ran on that the treadmill.
Oh my! Oh, so this fool Gio had a treadmill at his house, and I'm handicapped, and I was like, you know what? Let me try to pick up running real quick. I want to try this. You know? So I was
that shit was like dead ass the funniest shit I had ever seen in my life.
So it was like a 2 setting, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn it up more. So I'll go to a 5, and then this fool Gallo starts turning it up more. I think it goes to like 10. I can't run, and then the treadmill takes me and it just launches me back.
But like,
look at him. He's remembering it. Reminiscing.
I was sitting on the couch, bro. I was sitting.
Oh, the emergency seat?
Yeah, the emergency seat.
Well, I was barely knowing how to run.
You like frantically like flailed your arms to try to get it.
It was like some shit out of. It It was like some shit out of a sitcom, you know?
Yeah, it was.
Oh my god.
And then my mom was outside, and the second it happened, and I'm like, hey, get up. Stop bleeding, my mom's here.
I was like, fuck you, bitch.
That shit was funny, man.
Stop bleeding, my mom's here. Let's go.
And then she's all honking and shit. Probably not, but that's how I remember it.
Yeah.
That's how urgent it was for me to get up.
Oh,
funny.
one thing, because I know I went running with David too. That shit was fun.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, and then we were supposed to he had an American flag, and we were supposed to run around the city with that shit too. I know that most people when they're running, even me, like especially me,
Yeah.
you run so much that your fucking arms start going numb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then like recently I found a way to counteract it. So basically what I did was, and it was crazy because I was just like, you know what,
You gotta move it a bit.
No, well, okay, that's one thing that they say, you know, just start moving your hands so you can feel it.
You pump the veins.
I pumped the veins,
yeah,
dog.
you did that Luffy.
No, I did it like Dragon Ball.
Oh,
that's what was in my head. I started
feel
at
like
One Piece.
Luffy.
I wanted to talk about it too, but we're running out of time. But yeah, so like, dude, I was like,
Next podcast.
I'm gonna go fucking Super Saiyan. That's what I said in my head because it was like the first time I was doing 8 miles, I think. And then like I was like, ugh, and like I fucking flexed my arms like hella hard, and then bro, it's like I was rejuvenated. I was like rejuvenated once, and then I became rejuvenated again, rejuvenated, and I fucking like, ooh, dude, that was good. Even when that guy took my soul, I even had to do that during that, and I got a little speed boost, and I was running faster. But at the end of the day, I was just like, I'm not gonna try. But anyways, yeah, there's 2 memories that I hold dearly. Well, there's a lot I hold dearly, but there's 2 I wanted to talk about on the podcast. So, I pretty much grew up in Rialto, Fontana my whole life. And those mountains over there, I don't know what you call them. What's that mountain called? No, I don't know.
I won't fucking
but
know,
it's
bro.
that way. It's like Northish.
Yeah,
like
That's
West Northish.
it's around the Rancho Cucamonga Peak.
Yeah. Like if you're on Archibald, you're right in front of it, that mountain. And yeah, ever since I was a little kid, I could always see that and all the other mountains
Yeah, it's
too.
crazy because we're surrounded by mountains, like our whole lives. I mean, I don't even know what they're called, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy about life.
I'm trying to figure them out, but it's hard.
It's hard, bro. They're mountains.
I tell people, hey, is that Big Bear? And they go,
That's
yeah.
Big Bear over there, yeah. I know that. For
And then
sure.
I ask someone else, and they go, no.
It's behind that mountain.
It's behind them.
It's behind that mountain, yeah.
It's over there. It's
And then
fucking
there's
over there.
Arrowhead and shit.
Yeah, Arrowhead, I think, is that
Ooh,
one over
fuck.
there.
Yeah.
So that's Big Bear, that's Arrowhead. But like, no wait, like that, yeah. And then Arrowhead is where I'm hoping we meet our next guest.
Oh yeah.
He might come down from there, or we might
Jaime?
go up there.
Nah.
No.
So yeah, so ever since I was a kid, I like looking at these mountains, and any other mountain I like looking at too. And I would imagine Godzilla popping up from behind him because I'm super into Godzilla and shit. And yeah, I just remember being at recess in elementary school and looking at those mountains and thinking, yeah. And like as I grew up, I started living closer to those mountains, and it was tight. And so like PE, I'd be looking at the fucking mountains and shit, you know. And so when I was in 8th grade, my school was pretty close to them. And then, you know, a lot of people, especially people who knew me as a kid, they knew I was in love with orange soda. And like,
Who loves orange soda?
Kel loves orange soda.
Ivan loves orange soda.
Ivan does too.
Who has 2 thumbs and loves orange soda?
This guy. But yeah, so I remember my girlfriend at the time, we had this class, right? And also we had a class with Giovanni too. And it was funny because when Giovanni was a new kid, he would just doodle like this fucking tornado thing, and me and my girlfriend would look at him and be like, what are you doing? And he's like, it's a tornado. And then there'd be like this little tiny dot next to the tornado, and he'd be like, that's a cow.
I remember this fool was supposed to have my pre-algebra class.
Yeah.
And this fool walked in like, why am I taking this class? I already passed it. I'm smart. I need geometry or some shit like that. Like he was like,
He said that?
Yeah. He's like, yeah. He's like, I'm too smart for this class. Like, you need to switch me.
Did he just say that?
Yeah, like, and that kind of like
to the teacher?
No, yeah, that kind of text. Like he was just like, I just remember him standing up in class and just like, nah, I'm not being here. Like
It's super crazy because it's like Giovanni was meant to be our friend.
Yeah.
Because I met him in history class and you guys met him somewhere else, and then we all kind of just met like.
I think I just met him because of you guys. I didn't have a class.
Yeah, I remember I walked up at lunch and you're like, this is Giovanni. I was like, what's up, bro?
It's like you guys already knew him or some shit. I don't know.
Well, that's how it is.
Yeah,
It's
we
kind of like
just all kind of talked.
Yeah.
And
like in the spiritual sense, it's kind of like we're just meeting up again. You get me?
Yeah.
It's natural.
Like you know those people you meet like even on the street or like like friends of friends you just click with, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Like
just,
when Luffy meets Usopp.
Yeah, and it's kinda, and it's kind of like fate because like Luffy's
Fate, because Giovanni's nickname he puts in all his Pokemon games is Fate. Oh,
that's really funny. I remember that.
Yeah.
Damn, give him a kiss already.
Oh, you
We
guys,
all put the
oh my
kiss
butterflies when he texted me.
Pride up, bro.
I told you this is when we kiss all the
Hey,
homies.
let's kiss all the homies.
Tuck
Hey,
all the
Giovanni,
homies in.
if you're listening, Giovanni. Yeah. Why'd you do that to his tummy?
Big wet one.
Yeah.
Darla.
Darla. See, I even remember his fucking birthmark, bro. Right there.
I don't remember, but okay, cool.
No?
But yeah, some people it feels like you know them, but like from another time.
Why is it
You
on
know?
his stomach?
Yeah.
It's on his stomach.
I don't know.
Right now, I don't remember.
you
I
just
thought about it
picture.
too much.
I had a math class with my girlfriend at that time, right? And this other girl in that class, we're like, the three of us were like friends or something, because our tables were like four kids at a table. So basically, whatever table I was at, we're all four of us were always like friends and shit, because the kids would move around sometimes and shit. But yeah, so this girl that we were friends with, she was like, because the 8th grade dance was coming up, and then she was like, oh, Ivan, I'm gonna give you an orange soda at the dance tomorrow. And I was like, sick, that's tight. So I remember I was walking up. It was weird because I went to 2 middle schools, you know. So at Alder, I would see all the 8th graders. They would dress in their nice clothes at school because the dance was like right after school or some shit. But for Wayne Rubel, it was like way later, and I didn't know that. All I knew was Alder. So like I came to school in my good clothes, and everyone was like, "Why are you wearing those clothes right now? The dance isn't until like 6 o'clock." And I was like, "I don't know."
You're dirtying up all your good clothes.
Yeah, but yeah. So I remember like I chilled with you guys, and you guys ended up going to a party with Charlie. And I was like, I'm gonna go to the... No, you guys were still at the dance. You guys went to the dance too, yeah.
Sure went to the dance.
Damn, what was that one time when you guys went to a party with Charlie then?
We didn't go to a party.
Yeah, I don't remember going to a party with Charlie at all.
No?
Nah.
Am I from a different alternate universe where you guys went to a party?
No, there was this time where we almost went to a party.
Yeah.
But then we didn't. We just stayed at my house.
Oh. But I remember, didn't I ditch you guys?
That was AB though. That wasn't...
The only time
That wasn't Wayne.
remember like a part I was even associated to a party with Charlie's when Charlie came back that one time, and then Victor Brick threw up on him. That's the only time.
Remember how Victor Brick would get drunk and he was all of a sudden good at fighting games only when he was drunk? That was crazy.
What was that? MVC what?
MVC3?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so like
Drunken style.
I remember I was walking back to the school, right? And then the girl, our friend, she sees me outside of the fence here from Wayne Rubel, and she's like, "Oh, she said hi," and she was like, "Oh, I gave your orange soda to your girlfriend." And I was like, "Oh, cool." So then I'm walking up to the staircase, going up to the fucking cafeteria, and at the top of the staircase is my girlfriend, and she's looking all cute and shit, and she's holding an orange soda in her hand, and then like, it's like dusk, so like the sky is gray, and I see the mountains in the distance, and it's just like, it was one of my favorite.
And then the orange can, the only thing that's saturated.
It's a picture, bro. That's a picture.
That shit, it was beautiful, man.
You know, a picture of like the little Mega Man and the big boss.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Damn.
Which kind was it though?
I'm
Was
pretty
it
sure.
Crush, or
I'm
was
pretty
it
sure it was a Shasta.
Shasta?
Yeah.
Shasta.
And
In fact, I think I remember that night.
I'm pretty sure. I can't even remember her
I remember
dress.
you
I think it was like
talking
black
about
or gray or something. But yeah, but just
No, I remember.
but just like I know the aspects of that fucking moment, and it's beautiful to me. And I hold it dearly. Yeah. So recently, another moment like that had happened. Right, last Monday. So you know, last Sunday is when I died. You know, quote unquote. Mm-hmm. I felt myself dying and shit. You know, the next day I was.
I felt you died too.
Yeah.
Man,
Bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, it really sucks that you're still in that trip, bro.
You don't understand? Oh man. I'm so happy you're okay, dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, it seemed like I was calm, but I was like, damn, I really need my homie to come back.
I had 3 nightmares this morning, and the first one, the last 2 were normal, but the first one was me still experiencing that high. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of sucks. But
I told you you're still in it, dog.
Returning back to the realm.
See, I told you you're still in it,
within you, you know?
Oh shit.
I told you you're still in it, dog.
Yeah, so.
You're still in it.
Well, that was kind of right because you're always still in it.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to access it. You know, that's what meditation's for.
So, like I said before, you know, when I was finally coming to, and you told me that, you know, you're happy to be alive right now, right? I said, yeah, and that's still how I feel. I'm so fucking happy to be alive. So pretty much, man, the Monday afterwards, you know, waking up, I missed work. I was fucked up, you know. I was still fucking high. Like I wasn't tripping out I could feel the effects of a normal high, right? And I was just trying to get better, and I had a date that night, and I didn't want to bail on that person, so I was just like trying my best to fucking sober up enough to go on that fucking date. And it was a date to watch The Conjuring, and you know, yeah, and like one of my favorite things to do is go watch movies at the fucking movie theater, you know? It's like a great experience.
I miss that shit, bro. I need someone to go to the movie theaters with, because I miss that shit.
Let's go.
You're not down. See if the Cinemark has an opening right now.
No, I want to go to the Fontana one.
Oh, fuck that. You guys are good.
Oh, that's all time.
Yeah.
You guys can go, bro.
And
Gotta actually judge a little bit.
I'm judging that place, bro. What's even the point? You can't even go to Toys R Us after.
Man, that's true. And also the fact that they took away the fucking they made it nicer. I like the grittiness. I like the fucking
it felt
old.
like Fontana.
It felt like stains on the.
It felt like it felt like the show from Rialto.
Like, I don't miss the stains on the screen.
The stains
Yeah,
on
I
the
hate that
screen.
shit. That was stupid.
With all the cups and stuff.
Nah.
Like, how did that even happen, bro?
I don't know.
Someone literally threw a drink up there. Like someone saw fucking Norbit and was like,
Oh,
"Ugh,
this.
But at one point, while we were watching this movie in the theater, right? I told her, because we had an hour to kill, and I told her what happened to me, you know, and how I was still kind of high and shit.
Yeah, we got you for homicide, killing an hour."
So as we're
5 years.
watching the movie, right? She gets scared, and I put my arm around her, and then like, she was like, her head was on my shoulder and shit, and we were like that for a good while, and it was amazing, you know. It's just like that.
It's
that
intimacy.
Yeah, and it, you know, we're watching this fucking movie, and since, you know, the pandemic's been around, this is the first time I'm watching a movie again in theaters, and I have someone with me, and you know, I'm coming off this fucking life or death experience where I physically felt myself die and mentally felt myself die, you know. So
You're
a lot,
solace.
and
You're in that-
Again.
I was in a dark place before the death,
You're on
and and when the death happened, I was face forward.
Darkness.
Yeah, I was face forward with the even greater darkness, and I was in my darkest moment. And during that movie, I was finally like feeling better, you know. And then she says, "I hear your heartbeat," and I'm all like, "For real? Sick, I'm alive." And she's like, "No shit," and I'm like, I start laughing, and it just like, it was beautiful to me,
You know
that
what
moment.
was?
What?
That was a silver lining.
What do you mean?
That's the silver lining. Some bad shit happens and some good shit happens, but right between.
That's life.
Yeah,
It's
and
that silver lining.
that
Oh yeah.
it was crazy to
That
me
beautiful
because like
moment.
her
That
saying
beautiful moment.
that my she could hear my heartbeat. I'm like, cool. I'm fucking, you know. It's like what I said. I'm alive, you know. And to anyone else, that kind of just sounds like normal shit, right? But you have to find like the small victories, you know,
Yeah.
the small wins, the small come ups and shit, and that meant a lot to me.
Mm-hmm.
So to the outside looking in, it might look insignificant, but to me, I was like, it's a cute moment, doing something I like,
It's
and
a lot
also
more significant than you think.
yeah, and it let me know that I was fucking alive and still in this world
The universe is giving you what you wanted.
You know,
at that moment in time. Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what the universe does. It gives you the free look. It gives you that one time that like when I went fishing, I caught 5 fish my first time.
Yeah.
That's the luck. That's the luck of the universe. You get that one time to know if you actually like it or if this is what you want. And then if it is what you want, then you have to keep it yourself.
Yeah.
You can't just let fate be like, oh, that's fate, you know?
Yeah.
Because fate is cruel.
It is.
Fate governs by how you act. So how you act in the moment right now is how your fate is going to be later down the road. So right now you're experiencing everything you wanted. Everything you see right now is what could be down the road if you keep it like that, you know?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You get me? So now it's up to you to make those decisions, to make those changes in your life so that you can keep what you have right now. So later down the line in fate, you still have what you want.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That hit me hard right now.
you know what's funny? I was gonna say a joke because you said small come ups, and I was like, man, you know who else enjoys small come ups? People with erectile dysfunction. But then you like went off, and I was like, I guess I just won't say the show. But then I was like, no, I want to say it, so I said it. Thank you. It's Father's Day, yesterday was Father's Day.
For real? I thought that was next Sunday.
That's next?
I'm pretty sure it's next Sunday because like.
Because that's what Jordan's girlfriend was saying.
Yeah, because
That
like.
was the second Sunday.
Not only that, but the
Damn.
conservative podcast I listen to would
have said it?
Yeah, they would have said it because
Yeah,
because I know the whole thing is gonna be the day after Father's Day.
Damn, it's gonna be like right next to my
I'm just
birthday,
gonna say
bro.
how like extreme radicals will say like, oh, fathers don't need a Father's Day. You get me?
Yeah.
And then that's what they will piggyback off of. And that's how I know Sunday wasn't Father's Day, because I would have heard
You would have saw a news headline
yeah,
and shit.
like
Father's only Father's Day.
yeah, like some dumb shit like that.
I know last year they tried saying the mothers should be celebrated on
Yeah,
Father's
like
Day.
single mothers and shit. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Like, you know, for those individuals, yeah, that's the Father's Day.
All I gotta tell you is go watch Abba and Preach, man. They'll open your eyes.
For real.
Watch them Abba and Preach.
Like I even know I don't agree with some of the things they say.
Yeah,
but
me
it's
neither.
Like, but it's like they're
But
really
most of the time,
insightful.
I really do
Yeah.
align my thoughts and theories with them.
Yeah, because even if you don't agree with them, you're coming back with a different
Perspective.
Exactly.
Happy early Father's Day, though.
Nah, bro. Fuck them fathers, dog. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Nah, yeah, Father's
I'm just
mean a
kidding.
lot. Oh, that's
It's just because I never had a dag. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
That's another thing I was gonna tell you too about like how the guy when you were running those cross country trails.
Yeah.
And then the guy was like, "Oh, he's the guy that runs fast."
Mm-hmm.
I don't think guys get as much as encouragement as they should get, you know, from the dads, from the moms, because like there's another side to like what guys have to go through. Whereas I'm not trying to like be like, oh, you know, woe is me type shit.
Yeah.
It's just reality is like men are expected to do this and not complain about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if someone is already expected to do this, then no one congratulates them. And so when no one congratulates them, it's like, why should I keep doing this? And so you get me? There's no like
I understand that.
Yeah.
All the way.
Yeah, you get me? So it's like
I'm pretty sure every man will understand.
Yeah. So like even like giving out encouraging words like, oh, your outfit's dope. Oh, I like how what you're doing with your work ethic or
Thanks,
like
man.
your job. You know, just anything that you know that person wants encouragement from.
Yeah.
Because then that just propels them to do even greater into that subject. Like you doing art, like.
Yeah, I try to encourage you all the time.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, like
But you don't listen to me.
No, I do.
no, yeah,
Your words linger in my mind.
Yeah,
I'm
but-
like, dude, I can do it.
But then you also try to fuck with me and say I'm still in this high and shit.
Yeah,
I'm just like,
and
It's fucking insane.
I was about to punch him. Talking
Alright,
about
so
fights.
if you guys haven't noticed, like 2 times already, I've done the whole eye roll back thing to make it look like I'm dead.
which is something that I actually saw Angel, like, I couldn't see his face, or
Yeah.
he appeared dead to me.
I think I was taking out his face.
Yeah,
I
but I
think
mean
was scared I was
that's
gonna
the
take
friend
his face.
part of the relationship. The encouraging part is also like a friend part, but it's more like a brother part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because to me, when I
Because I
watch
fuck with them a lot.
when I
I
watch-
also encourage him a lot.
Ed, and Eddie, I don't see them as 3 friends. I see them as 3 brothers. And
Because they have actual things that they want to do and they do it together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if Double D doesn't want to do it, he's still there helping.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But you can cry.
Cuz, dude.
That's why for a big thing that I wanted to do, and like one of the reasons, like I haven't drawn them out yet, but like I wanted to make it so that we look like Ed and Eddie. Like I wanted to draw us in the style of Ed and Eddie. Obviously, we're not like them. Like I'm not gonna make us like looking the short, tall, and like blah
Yeah.
blah. But I wanted to make it into the style.
Yeah,
It's
like
like
the art style.
I feel
yeah,
you.
it's something hard to do. Like Ed and Eddie in particular.
It's a sloppy style.
It's a real sloppy style, and I don't consider myself a sloppy guy when
I
it
can
comes
do
to
it.
art. Yeah, you can try.
Yeah, because my art's rushed. My art's rushed, but it comes out okay.
I just do
Comes
rough
out
drafts and then I go on the computer.
Like I remember
I just do it rough.
Dry dog.
me,
Dry dog.
me, my sister, and her husband. When I was like,
Dry dog.
me and my sister and her husband, when we were teenagers. I was like, I want to say like 14 or 15, right? And I don't know how old they were, but they're older than me, like 3 or 4 years older. And we all like, the 3 of us all like drawing. And me, when I'd get home after school, I wouldn't do homework. I would just draw all fucking day, you know, or play video games. And so like,
Bro, fuck homework, bro.
I fucking hate that shit.
Why would I take this home?
I'm just like, bro, like
it
I
makes no sense.
spent 6 fucking hours at school. Why do I want to go home and do more fucking schoolwork, dog?
It's a detriment to me.
It's because we're creative kids. We're not meant for that. I mean, like
No, just kids in general. Like you
Oh, yeah.
don't go to work and fucking go home.
yeah,
and
but
work
I
more.
mean, like for us specifically, we're more creative than we are orderly. So it's like it's really hard for us to be in an orderly place like that. Like school, like heavy rules, regulated, and you have to do this and do this. Like
Yeah, if it was more like a Stephen King novel or something where we could basically just ditch anytime we wanted.
Dude, I already watched The Shining like 2 or 3 years ago. I'm gonna read that shit now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking, but yeah, imagine if it was like the Stephen King novel. We just like fucking rode our bikes all
Yeah,
the time
oh, yeah.
afterwards. We go and make a house inside the woods.
I plugged this YouTube channel on one of the previous podcasts, but I'm gonna plug it again because I've been watching more of his shit. It's amazing.
Go ahead, bro.
It's called The Vile Eye, or The Vile. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. You know, let me just look it up real quick.
Yeah, look it up so we get it right. But also, I'll use this opportunity to be like, one of the main things I wanted to do with this podcast is to encourage friends to go for their dreams.
Yeah.
And I would love to shout you guys out on this. So if you're listening, and I wanted to make it
It's ripples.
a permanent story.
Yeah, it's The Vile Eye.
The Vile Eye.
Yeah.
I wanted to make it a permanent story on our Instagram as well. If you guys want to get shouted out or anything, we're down to do it. It's just a few words, and it'll get those words into other people's ears. So
Yeah. Like, whether it be in music and financials or, like anything like that.
I know a few friends I want to paint with, and that'll be dope. I know a few
hell
friends
your
I want to
paintings
make.
are dope.
Yeah, your paintings are dope.
Thank you, guys. I wanted to also make some music and like do a lot of stuff. And a big thing for me is I want to learn as I do. So making music, like I'm watching these YouTube videos and it's fucking, I don't understand it, but if I was doing it with people, I would understand it more.
Yeah, and it's really funny too because I was watching another Jordan Peterson video about creative kids, people who are creative, and it says like people who are creative have like a lose-lose situation if you're not like how you say it?
Constantly working.
Yeah, consistent with your stuff, because either you're not consistent and you have to fall back into reality and get a job that's orderly and that you're stuck with all your life, or you pick your creative side and do all the creative things you want, but without the job insecurity. So you get me? So it's like kind of like a double-edged sword for being creative.
Yeah.
You guys know the Yu-Gi-Oh card Woody fandom?
But it doesn't mean like you don't try, everyone has to try.
Yeah.
Because like if you have something that you hold dear and you don't try, like do you really hold it dear? Mm-hmm. So that's my thought on that.
Well, yeah, because like I want to be, I'm
very best.
I'm competitive.
Yeah.
And like dude, I lost in Yu-Gi-Oh today, and I lost. Man, when I played,
you seem pretty down bad.
Yeah, when I played Cody and Cody beat me on that our first guest episode. Before that happened, I was a little salty, but I'm not too bad. But man, like bro, like I just hate the fact that I set up my shit, and you can complain about my deck, is I just have endless search power, and I make big ass boards, and that's why you're supposed to have that card. I'm just fucking complaining right now, but yeah, like I don't know,
bro. I'm telling you guys, this is a therapy podcast. If we complain about stuff, we're down bad and we want to get through it.
I mean, it's just a game, right?
It's just a game. But
it's just a game, but
it's not just a game. It's a mental game.
It's
that's
mental,
what it is.
I take L's throughout this whole week. I lose in this game. I lose in fucking Smash Bros. I lose in fucking this thing over here. I lost in this aspect of my life. I lost this person. I lost that person, and it's just like, can I at least win a fucking card game? Like, but then it's to my ability, and I misplay, and I feel bad about it. But at least I can know that I'm like, I know why I lost. I fucking misplayed. Or sometimes I just get a bad hand, and my luck's not there, and I just draw into the wrong fucking card. I get that dead draw, and that dead draw means I can't go into my next play because I fucking drew the card I was supposed to be able to special summon for my deck. I hate it. That's the reason he beat me the first time, and now he beat me again because of the same bullshit. But yeah,
What was the thing that he said? It sounded like a good thing for a shirt. Dead draw.
Oh yeah. I forgot. I dead drawed. I would have won, but I dead drawed, or I dead draw for the day or some shit. Dead draw ended my day.
No.
Something like that. What's funny? What he told me too, though, is that he told me one of his first girlfriend, when she was breaking up with him, she was like, I'm gonna tell all. I guess he was like 16 or something, and she was like, oh, I'm gonna tell everyone that you play Yu-Gi-Oh! and you're into wrestling and shit. He's like, go ahead, tell them, then they can come challenge me. I was like, that's totally the most Jordan thing I've ever heard. That's tight.
Even at 16, he kept his character.
Yeah.
That's him. Tell him so I can beat him. This guy was like, I'm going to YCS, and I'm like,
oh yeah. I ain't never been to one of those. I want to do it too.
I don't even want to do the podcast, but remember when in the apartments you used to make me carry your tins when you so people wouldn't see you.
Yeah.
Just play Yu-Gi-Oh.
I remember you doing that shit too, though.
No, I never did that shit.
I remember that.
How could he do that shit if you made him do it?
Yeah,
because there was times where like I was into it and you weren't into it, and there was times where you weren't into it, where you were into it and I wasn't into it. There was even a time where...
No, but you just didn't want to be seen with it in the apartments.
Like
I didn't care.
I remember at one point, because I was always off and on with it, you know, throughout the years. I remember one time I was at my house, and then Gary hit me up, and he was like, come, he's like, he calls me, and he's like, yo, Ivan, let's go to this tournament right now at Caveman Comics. I'm like, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I don't even have a deck. And he's like, no worry, bro, I got you. I got a deck for you. And like, you know how you are when you're a teenager and you're trying to like get away from all that nerdy shit that you're into? That was my time. That was the time I was going through one of those phases. You're discovering yourself. Yeah, and I was like, I wasn't doing anything Yu-Gi-Oh related or anything nerdy related, right? And I just wanted to like do me or some shit or do some bullshit. And then so like,
which isn't bad.
Yeah,
it isn't bad.
It isn't bad. Yeah. And then
it's
so
someone else's opinions.
Yeah, and then it was like a Saturday morning, right? Because that's when the tournaments were.
Yeah.
And so Gary's calling me up, and I'm like, dude,
that one time he lost the first match and then left.
I think so.
We went to go get pizza with that one fool Eric.
Yeah.
That fool lost the first match. And
he's like, fuck it, bro, let's go get pizza. Yeah, he's like, you guys need to try this pizza place.
But we're still playing and stuff. He's like, oh, I'm just gonna go Fink stand. I'll pick you up later.
Yeah. Dude, that's crazy. Yeah, but yeah, so I I was like, fuck it, bro, I'll go. I was kind of annoyed, you know, but I was like, fuck it.
Jose was there too.
I was like, I'll go see what's up. So I met up with him like around like on Arrow and Sierra in front of a pawn shop, kind of off to the side. He gives me the deck and he's like, come on, bro, we're gonna play, man. Let's go. So we go into Caveman and I play, and then I ended up having a great motherfucking time, dude. If he didn't fucking pull me out of the house that day, I would have just stayed inside all day, like on some bullshit, you know?
Hey, Gary's something, but you know, the universe used them.
Yeah. That was cool. It was really cool.
Was that all your memories?
What do you mean?
All the 2 memories?
Oh, yeah, I finished those a while back.
Yeah, we were just kind of going off.
Yeah.
It's because we're bouncing off to multiple things that were like really fond. So I was like,
bro, there's this one cool memory I know I had like $15, right? Or maybe $20. And I think it was after that weekend, right? Because then I was like, you know, I am gonna get back in. What's the new structure deck right now? And it was Machina. And I wasn't even big into machines at that time, but I was like, you know what, I'll probably pick up a Machina deck and see what I could do. So I remember I got out of school, right, from Wayne Rubel. I walked down where they have the car show at. I went through there because I was gonna go to Caveman. I wasn't going to my house, so I walked through that road where they used to have the car show at, right? And you know how the Lewis Library has that place at the top where you can sit down and all those chairs. So I walked by there, and this is why I can remember this shit vividly. I go down to the comic book shop. I buy my Machina deck. I bought like 1 or 2, and then I went home and made my deck, right? The next day, this guy I used to know, his name was Jordan too. He was a funny dude. It's kind of crazy because like I saw him. He ended up going to options too, and I saw him graduate and shit. And then, but one thing he told me was the next day he's like, bro, I saw you. And I was like, for real? Where at? And he was like, I saw you walking through that street. I was at the Lewis Library. I was sitting down in the chair, and I could see you walking by, going downtown. And I was like, no way, dude. I was going to go buy my new deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Mm-hmm. So it's just, I've talked about it before. It's like, you're your own main character, right?
Yeah.
But then sometimes people see you. Mm-hmm. It's like an outside looking in, like when the side character in Dexter sees you're seeing it from his point of view, and he's looking at Dexter through a window. Yeah. So then the main character becomes the side character. Mm-hmm. In that moment, as I was walking to go get my new deck of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, some other fool a friend of mine I was associated with saw me, and I was like a side character in his fucking story at that moment. It was crazy.
Yeah. It kind of puts you into perspective, huh?
Yeah, it did. There's another thing I could talk about too. Fuck, I'll just save it for the next one.
It's been good talking to you guys. It's been Angel G,
Gallo V,
and Ivan O.
Stay blessed.
This has been the Fool's Podcast, where you can be a fool and not fool yourself.